There we go. Hello, welcome. I'm 5 seconds late. I can't believe it. But hello. Say hello, Geltran. Say
Hi.
hello. Hello. Woo.
Hi.
And just like that, like magic, the rubber banding stops. See, no one on the stream has ever seen the rubber banding because it stops every time I hit go live. But it's very bizarre. It's very bizarre.
It's very fun. It is very funny. I think it's a funny thing to happen. I think it's the funniest thing we've had happen.
No
on stream
sense whatsoever.
in 2,000 years. 2,000 years. I want to say.
It's true. Oh, we were.
Not
I
one.
I suspect that research was actually from last time, and the save just didn't capture it.
That's whatever.
So hopefully, whatever we got wasn't anything good because it means we've lost it. So both of these are kind of average. I'll let you decide. All right.
What are we deciding? I will find that tweet for you. Hold up, let me find that tweet.
Oh yeah. I forgot what the tweet was about though, but go ahead and go find it.
I never told you what it was about. I haven't told you yet because I wanted to find it. God, holy shit! This account tweets so much.
I hate we hate prolific tweeters here. Prolific tweeters.
To be fair, it's a news outlet technically. So like they're tweeting about their articles. And they've got like a bunch of people
one thing I really hate is if you're an artist on Twitter or something, and you're posting your art on Twitter, this is where people find your art. You're forbidden from posting any other forms of images or videos, especially not reaction images. Because when I go to your media tab, and I want to see your art, and I just see you posting some funny GIF that you use as a reply to things hundreds of times, I click
just
off.
like, I'm out, I'm gone, bye. Yeah, no, if I want to see an artist's art on their art account, right? Exactly. That's what I want to do.
Like, it's gotta be like that. That's your gallery right there. Yeah.
It's like, because it's like, it's always like I know I have the same issue. I have the exact same issue. It's just like, oh, I go to Twitter art account, meme images. It's all that. It's like, okay, I want to see your art though. I want to get a feel for your art. If they have like a portfolio on their account somewhere, like a link to a portfolio, I will just like, whether it's like a dedicated art Tumblr or like something like that, I'll be like, okay, that's fine. Here it is. I found it. So it's about Spider-Man, right? It's about Spider-Man. Let me DM this one to you. Right there. This is it. It's about how you're not allowed to write Mary Jane and Spider-Man as like getting married. You're only allowed to write about them as dating. You can't do it. For some reason, no matter how old Spider-Man gets, they're never allowed to get married.
I'm gonna go to my arts channel and show this. Here it is. This is what
you gotta show it. This is what it is.
I did see this actually.
You did see this one?
And I've got, you know what? I've got a lukewarm take about this. And I'll tell you why in a bit. He can't get with Mary Jane. He just can't actually tie the knot with Mary Jane. Those are the ground rules going in. There's the key word. Those are the ground rules. This is the reason why they can't do this. And now I'm completely with you. I think this is completely asinine. I feel like this is stupid, and like they would make far more money if they did actually do it properly. But the reason for this is because it's like SpongeBob. It's like Plankton can try to steal the Krabby Patty formula, but he can never actually succeed. Those are the ground rules.
Okay.
That's the thinking. That's the thinking.
That's a plot, but like Plankton wanting to steal the Krabby Patty formula is that is like the antagonistic plot line. This is not like the main part of the stories of like Spider-Man, right? The Mary Jane Spider-Man will they won't they subplot is not key to their writing, right? It's not something that they need to do.
I think that's your personal opinion, but I think from the writer's point of view, what they're thinking is they've got their list of ground rules similar to that Plankton sort of thing, and they've decided that that's one of those ground rules. That's like a key part of the Spider-Man brand. That it's like he has to have trouble paying rent or whatever. He has to he has to get I don't know whatever.
Okay, to be fair,
and they've decided
trouble paying rent is like a
them.
good one. I agree. Okay, the trouble paying rent is a good one because it's like. It makes him for the Daily Bugle.
It makes him a far more interesting character because he's just like great hero. Everyone loves him, but his personal life is like it is kind of a disaster. That's really interesting, you know? Like,
it is.
Like, you think of characters like Superman and Batman, these like much older characters. Bear in mind, Spider-Man is the 60s. He's like decades after, so he's immediately more complex just by being made at a later time when people got better into writing. That's my opinion.
60s?
I think so.
What
Let me find the year.
No way, that's your cap. No cap.
Let me check.
Real.
Let me check. Yeah, 1962.
Insane.
1962. And
what the fuck?
And this is why I think he's one of the best superheroes, because, you know, like, so Superman I think is like 1938 or something, and
yeah, that makes sense,
Batman is like a couple years after, like 1939, you know, and they're extremely simple. In their origin, Superman is just, he's man but super. That's his whole thing, you know. He's like very extremely basic. And that's what you expect in the 1940s. The Batman is also kind of simpler. He's just man, but bat, and he's got a bit of a broody, dark story. He's got a bit of an edge to him.
Man, but bat.
It's still extremely simple. There's nothing really complex to it. In the beginning,
well,
they've become more complex.
In the beginning,
there's really nothing to it. But, you know, as comics became a thing, they had to become more advanced. The writers became more invested in this, and they started thinking, let's make a more involved character. And then the later characters that get invented, like Spider-Man, they're inherently more, you know, sophisticated. You know, this guy, it's not, from the very beginning, he's not just man but Spider, he's Peter Parker. You know, he's this photography, he's got this rent problems, you know, he's got like relationships. I don't know exactly when these things appear, because they don't always appear like right at the beginning. I haven't actually read I haven't read too closely the super early Spider-Man stuff, but like immediately he is a more sophisticated superhero, because he was written better. And this is why I argue he's still the better superhero, because you can do stuff with Spider-Man. It's very hard to write Superman.
That's true. I mean, you can write Superman. There have been like
it's difficult. Like, the best thing I think you can do with Superman is you've got to put him in positions where his superpowers don't solve the day, you know, and you have to make him moral problems and stuff.
I actually have a pretty good Superman then. The Superman from Young Justice, the cartoon, that was a pretty good Superman. Because what did he do there? Well, he was a side character, right? He wasn't the focus of it. The real focus was like the teen superheroes, the Young Justice, right?
Spider-Man is a young superhero. That was the new thing, a new college student hero. Yeah, I can probably see that. That fits the time period as well. That's sort of 60s, 70s era, you know.
Also, hi Flanson, hi.
Also, yes, hello Flanson.
But like he was like, okay, so like Superman in that, he wasn't like the problem solver, right? He wasn't like the one who solved the problem of, oh, you know, he saves the day, because he's always out on missions and doing stuff anyway. Like he was combating like evil ne'er-do-wells, right? His role in that was was to his like clones, essentially the father figure to his clone, right? And he didn't know how to process that, right? And that was the conflict with him. It wasn't the you know, oh, his powers are like his trials and tribulations. No, it's like, it's quite literally like a familial bond was his issue, right? He didn't know how at first to like react to his clone, because he was like, is he my son? I don't know. Am I his dad? I don't know. I don't know.
I think that's really the best way of going about it. You've got to, because you can't, like, by his very definition, in my opinion, you can't make Superman weak. Like, in terms of physical ability, he has to be the strongest. It's kind of like, it's a bit like One Punch Man, you know?
Yes.
If there's ever a situation where he can't defeat someone with one punch, immediately the whole character's falling apart, because it's...
Actually, no. In One Punch Man, they did allow it so he didn't defeat a guy in one punch. Right? They did actually do that in the finale.
Did the fans like it?
God, it was the sickest fucking fight ever. Oh, I rewatched that one on YouTube.
Garou, right?
It was. I think it was. It was like the one-eyed alien guy. That was the guy.
That's old. And even then, I think like
that was first
at the very least, he was still overwhelmingly defeated. Like, there's never he hasn't.
He was.
I think if One Punch Man meets his match immediately, like it's sort of like it's like in Doctor Who. You know, it's like in Doctor Who where like there are certain things which are said but never shown. You know, like the Time War, because you can't show them because there's nothing you can possibly.
They showed the Time War.
Yeah, they did, and everyone hated it.
They showed the Time War.
They did, and everyone hated it, and everyone hated it, and they hated it because it didn't meet their expectations, because it couldn't meet their expectations, because it was this higher than reality type thing. You know, it was impossible to show. And
It was kind of lame,
and
right.
the power cap of One Punch Man and Superman, I think, is like that. Like that by their like the very definitions of their characters. I think like you can't put a physical sort of limit on them, and you have to write around that. You know, you have to make it, give him problems of, morality, problems of, not using his power. It's like, tell me about this cancer person. Who can I punch on the Goku joke? You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
But it's like the fundamental issue is that these were characters written in the 1940s. They didn't think that very hard about them. They thought, okay, he's man and he's super.
He's gonna beat up the bad guys. That's literally that was the goal.
Like, imagine I don't know who the guy who writes Superman is, but imagine you're the guy who designed Superman. How long do you think it took him to come up with the idea of Superman? How long, like, he sat there on his drawing board? How long do you think it took him to come up with the premise of that character, his name, and his design? I'm gonna argue like 10 minutes.
Not even that. I wouldn't say it was 10 minutes.
Not even that.
I wouldn't say it was 10 minutes.
2 minutes.
I think it took him a little longer. I'm gonna be a little generous. I think it took him a little longer, right?
Where's the difficulty?
So it was like, well, who is Superman? Like, this is the visual design, of course. What exactly he can do was another thing, right?
He's strong man. He's strong man. He's just a strong man. That's what they all looked like back then. They all looked identical. They have the exact same face and body type. You didn't even have to think about that. That was like, you knew that before going into it. And
I don't know.
And you give him an outfit. The colors. He probably didn't even think of the colors. He picked out the colors that the printer had available to him, which was like 4 colors or something.
That's like, okay, that's fair. But in his defense, I like when you're limited by that, you got to go with it, right? I can't even blame
absolutely.
Them for that.
I don't blame them for that. But it's sort of like, it's not very complex,
Yeah, what the fuck is these power lines? I'm changing up the power lines, by the way.
He hates my power lines.
To be fair, there are 3 right next to each other, and they are all like teetering off a cliff when you could just like make one that isn't.
That's funny.
Like, I don't know what you've done here, son, but I'm fixing it.
What was I gonna say? And then his design, it's just a strongman outfit. They all had that.
Is this just like an excuse for you to like?
They give him a cape.
Hang on. Did you turn my like discussion on bad writing to like you just shitting on Superman? Is that what you did?
Don't worry,
completely different studio, by the way. Completely different studio. Not even like the same.
Okay, here's my hot take. Here's my hot take. There's no rivalry between Marvel and DC. They're about as different as as Anderson and Shepard is from Huntsman. Like they're basically identical. Oh. Like the differences are unimportant. Those are 2 Savile Row suiting brands that claim to have a rivalry, but they don't really. They both make suits. Half the people who work at DC used to work at Marvel, and half the people who work at Marvel used to work at DC, and they just flip back and forth between them. There's no difference. Fair. Like the rivalry is non-existent.
Well, my point was like it wasn't that like Superman's hard to write new stories for because his like inherent design makes it an issue, which is like fine.
He's like Heracles, like Hercules, whatever one you go with,
But that's like an issue. But that's like an issue of like they've written themselves into a corner inadvertently, right?
That was an accident. They wrote themselves into a corner from the very beginning. Where's the corner that Spider-Man's written into? Because I don't see it.
He's written into a corner where he can never get with Mary Jane, which is what the fans want to see. They want to see him happy. They want to see him succeed, right?
No, hold on now. I wouldn't say they've written himself into a corner. I said they finished their story. It's like when you write yourself into a corner, you have a problem. You have a problem that you need to solve. Spider-Man getting with Mary Jane, this is not a problem, this is a solution, this is the end of the series, this is the happy ending, they're never
allowed to give him that. So the issue is that you're not allowed to finish the story, which means you've written yourself into a corner.
I guess so. Since they were attempting to go for like a SpongeBob-esque thing where it's like there's no continuity, it just goes on status quo forever, I guess they have.
But it doesn't. But it never. But like you say that it goes status quo forever. But in Spider-Man, they don't do that. In multiple different comics, in multiple different stories, they show like a linear story that isn't like reset to status quo every time.
I was reading up on the sort of like history of Batman, and they do a very similar thing. Like they have these relationships which just go on forever, break up, get back together, people die, people come back to life, and it just
To be
it
fair,
goes on forever.
with Batman, there's a few issues with that. First off, I mean, like, you know, the will they won't they of Catwoman and Batman is way more interesting than Mary Jane and Spider-Man. Like, it is so much better, unironically.
It is
just
more
because
involved,
of the dynamic
but
between the
it's
two.
still,
One is like a
like,
criminal, one is like the hero,
It
right?
still should have ended like 40 years ago.
I mean, they do confirm they get together though multiple times.
But one thing I will have though is that where Spider-Man is sort of they've kind of, I feel like they've really rejuvenated themselves with the whole the new sort of, you know, the new characters, the Spider-Verse type stuff. Like they've really
unironically the multiverse thing fixed Spider-Man. You're right.
it really like it's
right.
a rare case where it just works. It works like they I haven't really watched and engaged with much of the content, but the new Spider outfits, all the various Spider outfits, they're really, like, they're interesting. They're modern, you know, they're modern. Like, they meet modern design standards. They're really cool to look at. People like them, you know, they're huge hits.
It's also that instead of, like, just making the same character but from a different universe, they made different characters.
Exactly.
That was the other part.
It's really well done. It's really well done. You know,
like, Spider-Man,
I tell you what, like,
if Batman, Spider-Man...
It would be difficult for Batman because the Batman universe is like they've got this whole issue with Robin. They've got this whole issue with Robin. A core plot point of Batman's, like, you know, storyline is that he's had a really bad experience with employing children, and he kind of he kind of doesn't want to do it anymore. And so the chances of them trying to do the whole Spider-Man thing where, like, you know, Batman goes and employs a bunch of kids who have cool-looking Batman costumes, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Like,
well, it's because, well, they
you know, even if
similar,
like, even if, like, they think, oh, we're going to be on our own and we should do everything, like Batman's, he's going to come up and he's going to be against them, and I'm pretty sure that has actually happened. You know, like,
I mean, that has happened.
Like,
like
I don't know, it wouldn't work in Batman, I don't think.
But okay, also, but I'm gonna say this. You might hate me for this. I do actually like Nightwing. I love
Nightwing. I think Nightwing's a great character. I think it's a great
best character to come out like the Batman, like, sort of.
I agree. Like, it's really good. It's really good.
He's great. I love him. I love him so much. He's so cool.
It is really,
and I think he's well written too. I think he's well written.
I don't know how he's written. I've only seen porn of him, but no, I'm joking.
I think he's well written because he was the I think it was Dick Grayson. He's the Robin you follow in Young Justice, right? Which is my biggest, like, point of reference for, like, DC stuff.
The classic one.
Yeah, no, Young Justice, the cartoon show, the one that was on, like...
But he's also a classic one, though, isn't he?
He is the classic one. But, like, I like him because he was the successful Robin, if that makes sense. He's not the one who got killed off by the Joker and turned into, and then, like, came back to life and turned into the Red Hood.
Jason Todd
He's not Ra's al Ghul's, like, clone child. He's not the one that right. He's the one that
I continue to assert they should have, like, stopped 40 years ago.
Like, Dick Grayson was the successful one that was Robin and then grew up and then stopped being Robin and became his own hero that did his own things. And I like that. I like that. They gave us a continuation of the character. They kept Robin as an identity around, but they differentiated it with it being like, okay, Batman can still have a Robin, but the Robin that, like, has now old and can't be Robin anymore is still a hero, still does stuff, and still exists. And sometimes helps Batman. And it's true.
But one thing that I think that and then depending on how they respond to this, I think will be a real telling of character of the publishers is Batman is getting older, and not just as the IP is bloody ancient, you know, but Batman himself, he's getting older, and this is, whether they like it or not, this is sticking in the writing, and it's actually kind of appealing because it's a much more, you know, jaded sort of character. He is weaker, you know, very, you know, I mean, he's still Batman, but, like, they write him noticeably weaker, noticeably older. You know, it's sort of like the whole plot point with Bane would never have happened with older Batman. It would have been impossible.
I got a question then. Have you seen Batman Beyond? Have you watched it?
Oh, the one with the cool, like, full face costume.
The one, yes, because
I watched Batman, it as a kid when I was, like, a young kid, and I don't remember anything about it, but I remember it being a very cool vibe. But
so
I don't know too
in
much
that one,
about it. Is it set during the future?
Bruce Wayne is an old man in that, and the Batman in the suit is not Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, they've done it a few times. They've done this sort of like, this retired Batman who's like this like grumpy old man, and then there's the next generation.
He becomes the mentor. He becomes the mentor. But like, I think that's a good thing they should do.
I agree, and I argue they should go down the Batman Beyond sort of route. That costume's very cool.
Cool.
And also going to a sci-fi world. Going to a sci-fi world, I think that's a cool idea. One problem they have with the Batman is that Gotham has become more and more of a fictional city than it once was. Like I try and read these modern Batman comics, and they're going into these journalists' office, and the people have got landlines on the thing there. They've got physical newspapers printed out. Like they've got the blinds with the shutters, and people walking around in striped pinstripe suits, and it's sort of like it's a cool vibe. But I'm sorry, like, this is really kind of antiquated. This is not what offices look like. People don't. In fact, there was one. I don't think it was Batman. I think it was some other comic where they have a character who posts on like TikTok or something. Something that happened, some breaking news that happened. Some guy had got a TikTok of it, and immediately the journalist person runs out the door saying, "I've got to get to the scene." It's like, well, hang on a minute. You're already too late to the party. It's all on TikTok. Like, what are you gonna do?
Exactly. No, you're right.
Journalists don't run out to the scene to get footage anymore. Like, it's on TikTok. Like,
it is. It's really weird though. It's really weird how like we've been talking about like comics and like how the writing is bad, but then we look at like the cartoon series and they're pretty damn good. And I wonder, what is making the cartoons better?
Well, I think it's better? That like it's not so much that the cartoons are better. It's that cartoons are just doing what cartoons do. They're normal. They're the standard here. It's the comics that are they're in this sort of mental bubble, this writing bubble, where they think, okay, we have to have this character who's in an office. What does an office look like? And they think, filing cabinets. They think landline telephones. They think men in pinstripe suits with cigars, and then they just draw this, and they're not thinking, because that's how it's always been done. They don't realise that this hasn't been what offices look like for decades. Like there was one I was looking at. They have like this big villain who showed up, and he's just like man with this military sort of what do they call it? Where it's like the hair is like cut like straight across.
Buzz cut.
It's more than just a buzz cut. It's like crew cut or something. I don't know, but it's like okay. I don't even know if it exists in real life. But it's like a straight line. It's like they've took a lawnmower to the top of their head. Like. that haircut, and it's just like this guy, and he's like,
okay, I'm thinking and it's now. Like I can see it in my
and
head.
He's like smoking a cigar, and it's like this archetype doesn't exist anymore. It's like
it's not real.
It's not real. It's like this isn't an example that I've seen recently, but I have seen this. Is you get the stereotypical evil rich guy who's got a monocle and a cane, and it's like this guy also doesn't exist anymore. Like the Rockefellers, they're not around anymore. Like they're not. You don't see men in monocles anymore. That stopped being a thing a long time ago.
It is kind of insane how like comics are just like. It's weird, just like they're like a time capsule at this point.
It is. I think it's
that's really bad for an entertainment medium.
I think it's like it's narrow. They're narrow thinking. Like they're not thinking outside the box. And the costumes are another example of it. The new Spider-Man costumes are great because they're different. You've got characters wearing sneakers, trainers, British. Sorry, you've got them wearing like jackets. They've got these more unique designs. Whereas the original Spider-Man costume, well, it's a good design. It is kind of a 1960s design. It's a bit basic by today's standards. Like character design standards are really high.
I'm gonna be honest. I kind of like this. I like the spandex suits. I like Adam West style Batman costumes. I think they're silly,
charm to it,
a little goofy. They are
goofy,
charming.
But it's goofy. And
I like goofy. I miss when superhero comics were a little goofy. Okay, I miss it.
I'm bringing in the spice now. I'm going to compare it to manga. The designs of old manga characters were also. They were a product of their time. They were kind of simple. Look at like the hairstyles and stuff. They were just kind of wacky shapes, and like their outfits were just Or Mecha. Take Mecha for example. You like Mecha, right?
I haven't read actually that much Mecha. The only two Mecha I have.
To be fair, there's not much Mecha to read. It's more of an anime thing. It's people don't like to draw Mecha.
Okay, I haven't watched much Mecha. The only Mecha I have watched is Gurren Lagann, right? So so off to a great start. Neon Genesis Evangelion, if you count it.
I count it.
And Attack on Titan.
Not only do I count it, I think it's an extremely important mecha.
Ooh, okay. Okay. I think it is a mecha that's a deconstruction of the genre. I think it's like I think it's in a weird bubble.
But you've
Or
heard
mecha.
of the old mecha, right? Mazinger Z, Getter Robo, and you probably know what they look
Ghetto
like.
Robo I've heard of. I've heard of
Yeah.
Ghetto Robo.
And
I've
imagine
heard
what they
of-
look like. Imagine what they look like. They have that kind of classic retro sort of style, you know, where they
Yeah.
they kind of look like superheroes, you know.
I guess is Transformers mecha. Do you count Transformers as a form of mecha?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I don't think
Okay.
I don't think a pilot needs to be inside. I like mecha. It's machine. It's
I don't
mech.
think
You know what?
they're
like,
not.
I
They're
don't
not
think it
mechs,
needs-
but it is mecha. If that makes sense.
It's good enough. I'm not going to split hairs. You know, it's we know
Yeah,
the
okay.
the aesthetic of these cool looking robots. You know, and but Mazinger Z, I don't know what year that was, the 70s or something. Or Getter Robo, they're basically the same time period. They have that very sort of simplistic design. At the time, that was good enough. That was good enough.
Yeah.
People thought, wow, that's sick. They make toys about that. It sold millions, you know. But as time went on, the mecha designs got better. They got more sophisticated. They got more mechanical. They got more unique, interesting designs. You got like Gundam. You know, Gundam is this immediate step up. The designs were so popular. It's why it's so popular, I think.
Oh, Code Geass was another mecha.
Yeah, and then you go on and on, and
eventually.
eventually you reach the times of anime like Code Geass, Neon Genesis Evangelion, like
Where they're not focusing on the mechs anymore, it's focusing on the characters.
Oh, true. Well, Gundam, you could say focuses on the characters also quite a bit, but
That's
the
true, yeah,
but from the specific design of the mechas themselves, the designs of the mechas in Code Geass are leagues ahead of the stuff from the 70s. The people, they've learned how to draw, you know, mechanical machinery type stuff. They've learned more sophisticated, you know, drawing techniques. They're better designs. They really are. You can't deny it. They're sophisticated.
I wouldn't know because I don't watch. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch enough Gundam to like have an opinion on that. I'll be real.
I'll tell you what. We'll just use examples. We're trying to describe thing. I'm gonna go. Oh, it's a please run. I'm in the magic.
Streamer, do your thing.
Yeah,
do your thing,
right,
streamer.
let's go to the arts channel. Let's see.
And we see it. You can do art while I'll build trains.
Sure thing.
Oh, there it is. I hate the fucking Spider-Man thing though. That's so annoying because it's like, but you want to see them get together. You want to see like the up in the story, right? Oh, okay, that mecha looks
You know, but this is what mecha looked like in those early days. It looked like this.
It looks like they look more like Sentai like
Yeah, they do.
Zords
They do.
than mecha. That's what they look like.
You know, and it's sort of it's not entirely too far off from, you know, just sort of a lot like here's Astro Boy. Astro Boy kind of also fits into this design aesthetic.
Yeah. Well, Astro Boy is designed to at least look like a person. That was like the point of Astro Boy. Was he was
True,
made
but
to
he's
look
still
like
got those
a guy.
he's still got this old timey strongman outfit. That's kind of what they've gone
That's
for.
true. That's true, but like there's still he's like with Robo Boy, I'm like, okay, he's at least designed to look human, right? So I can like in my head, like Astro Boy doesn't fit into this like description because he's like there is a purpose behind why he looks like that.
Let's see if I can find a picture of what I'm looking
And
for.
even in more like futuristic, even in more like current day depictions of Astro Boy, they keep him looking like that, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I mean he's become, you know, he's a cultural icon, and at this point, you know, not
Yeah.
even just Japan anymore. Like, he's
But like even when they try to modernize his design, they're like, oh, we got to keep him looking like this because he looks human. And that's true. It's
you know, but
same
you've
with,
seen like this is not like specific. I'm sort of complaining about superheroes again now, but this is
more-
this is what superheroes are designed after. They're old timey
true.
strongmen. That's what they are. That they need. You know, bodybuilders weren't a big thing back then. You know, like bodybuilding began with like, you know, quite a bit later with like, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger and stuff. That's when that really blew up. You know, before that, people thought, what does a strong person look like, and they thought of a guy from the circus. And that's
true.
what
And
they
they
designed
were
their characters.
strong.
That's what they designed their characters to look like. That's why they've got the underwear on the outside, because it's just a strongman outfit. That's why they got the big
Yeah, that
belt
makes
and
sense.
the boots and stuff. That's what they wore. You know. But,
Also, with I want to mention with Astro Boy, I don't consider Astro Boy mecha. I I consider him more.
oh
along
no,
the
I
lines
don't.
of
I don't
Ghost in the
either.
Shell.
He's yeah. I
You
just
brought him up in the mecha
sorry.
discussion.
Sorry, I just wanted to place Astro Boy because it's sort of like he kind of has like it's a design philosophy. You know,
Yeah,
it's like they
no,
feel
I
like
see
what
what
does
you
a
mean, I see what
character
you
look
mean.
like? You know, what does a character look like? And you know, but that's what these like early sort of mechas look like. They're by today's standards, these are quite archaic. You know, they were a
Oh,
huge hit for the
beyond
time.
archaic.
You know,
Beyond archaic,
Yeah.
right?
you know,
Like, they are so old! And then the archaic
along comes Gundam, and you can still
when
see this. He's still got that kind of underwear-looking thing, but it's toned down a bit, and he's still got kind of a goofy helmet with like the eyes and stuff. But it's better. This is like you can immediately tell that this is a better design. You know?
Oh yeah, that's like,
it's
that looks
more
like a robot
mechanical
for starters. But more importantly, when I see Gundam, my first thought is like the old G1 Transformers cartoons, right? And you can see why I think that, because the G1 Transformers cartoons are actually like they are based from.
I'll post that as well. It's also worth knowing that speaking of Gundam, there's a sort of like internal sort of conflicts between the designers where Gundam, I forget the name of it, I think it's just called the Gundam or something, was designed to sell toys. And its design was heavily dictated by this. The other ones, the bad guys, I posted the wrong picture.
The Zaku, I love the Zaku. They're cool as hell.
They were a lot different. The writers were given more free reign with that, and immediately you can see the trend. You can see the trend. It's a less humanoid face, and it's more it's a more interesting design. Immediately.
Okay, I'm alive. But like, yeah, that's what Transformers was also designed to sell toys. Like they were based off toy line, and then they made the cartoon.
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime G1.
Optimus Price.
Optimus Prime G1. Optimus Prime G1. My beloved. Yeah, you need to get the G1 designs up here because the G1 designs are explicitly designed after the toy line.
There we go. I don't know Transformers well enough to know the proper design because I know they've been going back to their classic design.
That's it. That's G1. You know? That's G1. That's kind of like an upskilled version of him. Let me find you a better image.
Go ahead. Because I know because it's always like hard, like, I want this classic design, and you find out that's not the classic one. Like, you got to get the actual classic one.
you did find the classic one. I will say you did find it, right? You did.
It's somewhere in this vein. But if you have a better example, I'll post it.
It's like the flat truck face, right?
If I was really stupid, I would have posted this and thought, here's the classic design. This ain't the classic design.
Let me see it. Hold on. I'm tabbed out. Looking,
this is inspired by the classic design, but it's
this looks like animated. This looks a bit like animated.
Yeah, it's from the modern series. But
animated was good though, to be fair. Okay, here it is. I found one from the movie, which is probably like one of the best like pictures you can get of him. Unironically, the G1 movie goes hard. Everyone should watch it. It's literally it's online. It's free. It's literally I think it has
we'll go with
at some point.
You know, and I'd say these are like this and Gundam. Like I don't know which came first. I assume Gundam came first, and the what's it called? There's a lot of inspiration, very definitely.
Here is the G1 toy, right?
Oh wow, that's pretty bad. I'm sorry, but I guess they had to transform into a truck, so there's not much you can do.
Yeah. I mean, for the time, that's pretty damn good. I would say that's a pretty good.
I'm guessing it actually did transform. So I couldn't decide that. That's some 3D spatial thinking there. So props to them.
Actually, that might not be the one. G1 toy 1984. Anyway. What's the 1984 toy?
Yeah, your Transformer.
I love Transformers.
But anyway, let's are there any mechas in between Gundam, Transformers, and Code Geass or Evangelion that I can think of?
There are
between an in-between point.
Evangelion was probably the in-between point, I would say.
That's 90s though. That's 90s though. There's got what's an 80s mecha? Let's see, 80s mecha.
Well, I think Transformers was 80s. It came out in 84, 85.
Perhaps so.
That was 80s. That was 80s. That is 100% 80s mecha.
Hold on. When is Macross a mecha? Pretty sure Macross is a mecha.
I think it is.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Macross then.
It's 1982. It is a mecha.
Good enough. That'll do.
I'm seeing mechs. I'm seeing those anime eyes. I'm seeing the robots. I'm seeing space.
So I don't know if you got Macross. So if I've got this one wrong, oh well. But you can see it's gotten more sophisticated. It's become much more less humanoid, more mechanical, and the shapes have become they're less blocky. The blocks are gone. The blocks are gone at this point. You know. Like, look how the feet develop. Look at the feet. They go from these blobs, and then they get more sophisticated. And now they've reached sort of kind of what modern mecha have. They've got like wheels on them and stuff. It's becoming continuously more sophisticated. And then I think that Evangelion, I think it's Unit 1.
Okay, yeah, but Evangelion's the 90s, and Evangelion was specifically designed to not be a robot. Like, we have to remember that Evangelion Unit 1 is not a robot, and they showed that from the first
that's why I
episode.
mentioned. Oh, that's a terrible image for a moment. Not a transparent.
Find a better Eva.
I hate it when like images are transparent and then they look terrible. But
it's because you're copy pasting. If you download the image and then paste it into your
downloading, I don't do that.
Program.
That's why I use this, because it's quick. But and then immediately you can see there's the progression. They've been getting less and less blocky, more streamlined.
True.
And then Evangelion comes along. It looks weird him standing straight up. That looks kind of weird. But
that looks normal.
And then this is like, I feel like this is the real like tipping point where it's sort of like mecha is far more than blocky robots. Like the notion of blocky robots is now sealed in the past. No one will ever do that ever again.
I don't know. I think you can't pull Unit 1 into this as a design thing, because Unit 1 is designed to be a biological being. Like, it is from an
I know. It's a very artsy thing, but
I know what you mean, but I cannot take Evo Unit 1 as the example here. I'm sorry.
Whatever. But and I'm gonna post this with the right image. And then we get to like Code Geass, and Code Geass is like, I don't know if like mecha's changed too drastically since Code Geass. Code Geass is still quite modern.
Code Geass is what in the reference from what we're going from. Code Geass is pretty modern, and Code Geass is also just flat out robots, right? So yeah, I will take Code Geass as an example.
And now we're going to put it next to like the older types, and you can see it's like, and this is sort of what I'm getting with like the Spider-Man thing and stuff. It's like Mazinger Z was a product of its time. At the time, it was a huge hit, but things moved on. They got more sophisticated, and now the sophistication in mecha design is so high. You've got to have interesting shapes, crazy colors, and they've got to be really mechanical looking. It's got to be cool looking. It can't be blocky.
They don't need to be super mechanical. They don't need to have like super interesting shapes, but they do have to have like a design behind them. I think that's what they've got
to have something like if you showed up with Mazinger Z today, they would say this is too simple. This is just too simple.
So if I show you Gurren Lagann, in its purest form, right, the base form, right? Yeah, if we look at Gurren Lagann's base form, it's relatively simple. Like, from design-wise, he's got some pauldrons, he's got some armor plating. The most iconic thing is the massive face on the body. But we've seen that before we've seen that way before from things
I'd still say
Power,
this is
from,
still
Sentai.
like maybe the person who made this they were kind of into like, I can clearly see there's an Ideon inspiration here.
Yeah. But it's very clearly like it is pretty simplistic from especially.
Maybe I was thinking of different mecha crap. I don't know what I was thinking of. Some different mecha. But
what's he thinking?
Something that had that kind of head thing. Something that had that head ring. There was another old mecha that had that sort of head ring type thing. But I can't remember what
possibly.
It was. But
I mean, when I see Gurren Lagann's design, I think of Sentai. Like this looks like a Megazord, right? Not a mecha from a traditional mecha anime. But even in that point, even by that standards, it looks pretty simple. But the iconic part about Gurren Lagann is
there's always been that connection between Ultraman and mecha. It's sort of like Ultraman is giant, he's the size of a mecha. And Power Rangers has the Megazord. There's always been this connection, this cultural sort of connection.
Oh yeah, there's the connection, but but this is very prominent just because of the face on the body. That's where it's so prominent from. Because if you look at the villains, the villains in Power Rangers, when they go big mode, right, they have a little head on top and a massive mouth on the body half of them, right? That's
you're right, they do. I see. That's the inspiration. Mm-hmm.
That is the inspiration because these are captured and because the big one is a captured enemy mech, right? That's the idea. But it's not a complicated design. It's relatively simple, and it's drawn in the show even simpler, right? They deconstruct its design a few times in the show to make it really simple and make it more like a character.
Mm-hmm. But
right, it does the opposite of Evangelion, where it puts a creature and makes it look like a mech. This makes a mech and makes it look like a creature.
But to me, Superman is to the superhero genre what Mazinger Z is to the mecha genre, in terms of it's not just that they kind of look similar, they do kind of look similar, but it's in terms of sophistication, in terms of how complicated the design is, they're basically the same level. It's just sort of they're they're kind of simple. They're not that sophisticated. They wouldn't pass for today's standards. I don't think they're simple. You know, it's sort of like it's got these tube legs, one or sort of two. It doesn't have the sophistication of modern mecha. You know, and Spider-Man. Let me go find Spider-Man 60s. I guess get the classic outfit. Well, okay, that's a really bad drawing. I'm getting the Spoder-Man.
Spoder-Man? Spoder-Man's kind of good, though. We love Spoder-Man. Spoder-Man, kind of good. I like how we've done less work. We're going to do even less work on the factory this stream. It's just going to be comics yapping.
okay. I couldn't find like a good like reference shot, but here's like a good... So Spider-Man... Immediately, he's a better design than Superman. He's more sophisticated. Like, if Spider-Man was designed in the 1940s, he'd look way worse, in my opinion. He wouldn't look as cool as he does. You know, he would look like a man in boots. You know, he would have boots and gloves. You know, rather than having a one-piece outfit. You know, he wouldn't have this full-face mask with these cool eyes. So they'd never think of that. That's sophisticated designing.
I think the cool bit about Spider-Man's costume is literally just like the webbing, like texture on his on the suit, all over the suit, right? That would not happen.
Yeah,
I think that's
what's the name of one of the new characters? Spider-Verse, that's what it's called. Let me see if I can find one of those designs.
Just type in Spider-Verse Spider-Man. The other thing about Spider-Verse Spider-Man is that they're designed to look like different art styles as well, half of them. So
they've got that whole thing going on, I suppose.
Yeah, so I think you're probably
hold on, this will do.
Miles Morales. Miles Morales is the one you want to look for.
Oh, I've got this. This will do. It's got 3 characters on it.
Yeah. Know? Miles Morales is the one in the center. He's the one. He's the one that's like the focus of the show.
Now, immediately, like this is to to mecha. At this point, this is like Gurren Lagann level. You know, like it's modern, and
it is.
and they're carrying with it. They're carrying with it modern design ideas. You know, they've got they thought, hang on, we can put clothes on these people. We can put normal clothes on these people. You know, like
that's true.
We can add a hood. We can have like stuff inside the hood. We can have these more sophisticated patterns and colors and the expressions change. I'm pretty sure they all have like different kind of shape eyes. The logo. That's a sophisticated logo. It's not lazily drawn like the old one.
So the eyes specifically. All this is like even back as far as like the 80s cartoon for Spider-Man. The eyes always just moved with his actual eyes and were like for expression.
Mm-hmm. That's really important.
Rather than like thing. It is important. I say this as like as a VTuber.
How else do you? It's how they convey. Iron Man did kind of the same thing and to questionable success. his helmet was like let me see if we can find an example of it. I was like I was reading like
Iron
an
Man
old
was
Iron
weird
Man
because it was metal. Right?
Yeah,
that was like
yeah. It's kind of funny. Let me see if we can find it.
It was a bit silly. Maybe they flew too close to the sun on that one.
Let me see if we can find
I don't know.
Where like he has like him making like a sad face with the Iron Man thing.
Oh god, I hate this fucking jetpack. By the way, son.
Oh, it's okay.
I hate the jetpack. I'm gonna switch back to the goddamn glider.
Just carry both. They're both. Here we go. Here's the Iron Man one. He's like making like a sad face. And
yeah, Iron Man was so weird with that.
Bit of a rough start, I guess. Look, he's tore the suit. It's got like rips on it. That's not how metal works. What is this thing made out of?
Weird.
Look at that dummy thick ass.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay, Mr. Sun.
But this is all I'm saying is, and let me go get a Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond.
The Batman Beyond suit is so good though. Batman Beyond's like design is like so it's clean. It's fucking clean.
And this is like I'd say this is to Batman what the new Spider-Man characters is to Spider-Man. It's like it's a more modern take on it. Like the people who originally designed Batman, they didn't have the sophistication to design the Batman Beyond suit. Like this is more sophisticated. Now it's personal preference. You know, it's its own thing. It's like I'm not sure how I feel about the full face. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that, but
I think the full face works because with Batman Beyond it was like a darker. It was very dark.
Is it like latex? Like what's going on there? Like does it fit around his lips?
I don't know what
does it go in his mouth?
I don't know what material it is.
How does he breathe? I don't know.
I don't know. It fits around
it's cartoon. It's a cartoon.
It's kind of like it was kind of like a much more dark. It was like a dark and gritty like future as well. It was like weirdly
it kind of like not cyberpunk. It's like it's a punk of some sort. You know, it's sort of
so
it's got a vibe. It's got a vibe
very much. It does. It has a good vibe. I like the vibe.
You know, but
it was good. It was good. It was Peem. It was Peem.
But with these two designs, whether it's Batman or Spider-Man, and they've got these newer designs that they made of them. these are strokes of genius, I think. You know, like someone had to look at the existing design and they thought, I'm going to reinvent it with modern sensibilities, and they succeeded. This is really difficult. You know, how do you do this with Superman? Do we get rid of the underwear on the front? Like people that's been controversial. You know, kind of looks like he's just wearing a blue outfit. You know, do we change the S, this cartoony S he's got on the front? That's a bit controversial. You know, do we change the hairstyle? That's been kind of successful. They made him a younger guy. He's got more modern hairstyle.
Yeah,
I think that's kind
the
of
hairstyle. The Henry Cavill Superman does at least look pretty good.
You know, but the problem is he's such a simplistic design. He's so antiquated. How do you fix this?
It's hard to build on.
You know, like it's hard to build on. Imagine if manga did the same, or anime rather. Imagine if they did the same thing with Mazinger Z. You know, and they say, okay, you've got to take this design here, and you've got to bring this up to this level of standard.
It's
difficult. But that's exactly the problem comics have with these old characters. They've got Mazinger Z, and they're told make it look like, you know, Code Geass. And
at that point, you might as well make a new character, which is what anime and manga did. Anime and manga just made new characters.
Yeah, they just made new characters where they were free from the restrictions of the past. Let me see if there are any like modern recreations of Mazinger Z. I don't follow the Mazinger Z fandom if there is any such thing.
You probably should start.
Okay, here's something someone's made. And you can see they've done exactly what I've tried to do. They've made him more mechanical. They put him like. I don't like it.
That looks kind of good.
I don't like it.
What? No, I like it. I like it. It reminds me.
It looks like the Thing from Fantastic Four. There's too much. There's not. This is whoever's made this doesn't know mechanical well enough.
So the exact paneling could do with a bit of a redesign, but it reminds me of how they translated some of the Transformers designs, the G1 designs, into later comics.
Here's another attempt. Here's another attempt. This one is more of a redesign rather than an upgrade. This is like they've reimagined it.
Yeah.
And they've made him a Transformer. You know.
They have. I don't know the lore of
he's big. It's very simple. It's big robot.
It's big robot. Is that literally
I think the story is like his grandfather builds this big robot and gives it to his son. I think that's kind of the story. I think like some villains show up and they fight. It's early days, okay? It's like what's the sophistication? Okay, here's a really out there one. You know. And these are all valid ideas, and this is more or less
alright.
This is more or less what happens with, you know, like Batman. Let me go get the where is it?
Because we brought up Transformers as like one of our main talking points already on this thing, I actually get to point out some like thing, because Transformers has been going for a long time, hasn't it, son? A long time. It has.
But hold on, before you do, I need to finish my rant. Like, so what they're trying to do with these upgraded Mazinger Zs and try and modernize it is they're trying to do basically this. They've got this old design and they want to modernize it, so they're like, oh, let's make the spikes on the head more cool. Let's make the bat logo cooler. But they're still forced to work off of this base, which at its heart was not that sophisticated. You can't get to this level of Code Geass or Evangelion or Gurren Lagann working on this stuff. It's always going to have this kind of classic look to it, and you're restricted. Go on with what you said.
I'm going to blow your mind. They made it work in the Transformers comics. They made it work.
What did they do? Give me an example if you can.
Oh, because we've already shown Optimus Prime. We can use Optimus Prime again.
Go ahead.
We can use Optimus Prime again.
Do I
literally?
Let's see.
There we go. It's that easy. It's that easy. They did it. They just did it like that.
Find in this pile of stuff where the other Optimus Prime was. There it is. Yeah, let's put these side by side and see what they've done. So they've got this blocky base and they've gone with it. They've made him. It's not just that he's blocky because that was the era. They've made it part of his character.
Blocky because he was blocky because he was a truck.
Yeah, and his personality is a truck. You know, like he is blocky. Like Starscream is the complete opposite. You know, like
here it is. Here's actually here's a better one. Here's a slightly more redesigned version of Optimus. This is probably depicted.
Go get the Michael Bay version as well.
We're not looking at the Michael Bay version.
I'm gonna put it in there
exist.
just for fun.
Michael Bay does not exist. I'm sorry. Okay, what are you talking about? What are you smoking?
I'm gonna put this upside down so we can see it upright.
Actually, we can also use the older Transformers as well. We can use like some other ones. So that's an Optimus Prime.
We're discovering. Okay, so in this here, they've made the windows of the truck part less conspicuous. You know,
they have, but he still looks like Optimus.
He still looks like
he's
Optimus. Got that classic face and the colours.
Technically, this is important. Technically, this is Orion Pax. Orion Pax is Optimus before he became a Prime.
I'm finding the Michael Bay one.
So like it's slightly different. Please don't. I would be sad.
Oh god, it's even worse than I remember.
Yeah, it's actually terrible. It's so bad. Please, why are you doing this?
You know, and this is where like they've deviated too far. You know, they've deviated too far.
He's trying to hurt me.
They've gotten rid of the blocky design. They've gotten rid of the windows and they've given him look like tits and stuff. Like they've deviated too far. He looks like he's wearing a bra. It's ridiculous. Like
it's insane.
The classic design works for Optimus Prime. However, while this is beloved, I think this should stick around. It's Gundam era. It's Gundam era design. We could have Gurren Kokius era design.
There was actually a new Transformers movie that came out, right? There was two Transformers movies that came out recently-ish that involved Optimus in a way that matters, right? You have a few. You have Transformers at Network Era Teehee. It's because you're AFK.
Oh my god. Okay, invite me again. That's hilarious.
Well, I'll invite you in a second. I'm Googling something, and you have to wait for me now.
I'm gonna get like banned off Twitch for like being in the wrong category.
No, we are playing. Right, but here we go, right? So we can look
how much time
do
we have today when you gotta leave?
I want to end around like 10 if that's okay.
Okay, we are going to build a computer factory today. We're gonna do it.
No, we're not. We're gonna build trains. We're building train tracks. I
don't know where else there is to build train tracks.
So here is the Optimus Prime from the Bumblebee movie, right?
The Bumblebee
which was a good one. It was a good movie. It was a very good movie. But the issue was you didn't get to see much of him. Like he was if anything a side character.
I see.
But like this was Bumblebee one. This was just after Michael Bay stopped fucking around with the franchise. Thank God. I hate Michael Bay, right? Truly a villain.
I think I may have I didn't watch the film, but I think I might have seen like a clip of this where it's like,
yes,
and I remember remarking that it's like, hang on, this is more recognizable as like the characters.
Yeah, they brought it right back to the old G1 designs, and it worked. And then you have Transformers: Rise of Beasts, Optimus Prime, right? He's more prominent in this movie. He's very much like a focal point. He also looks like Optimus Prime. Let me find a good one. He's got his mask down. Unfortunately, they keep making the mistake of like taking his mask off, and I think it looks stupid as hell. Right? Why would you take the mask off of Optimus Prime? It's literally like the most recognizable thing. But he still looks blocky. He still looks blocky as hell. He still looks like a big truck Prime, my beloved. Right? Look, there he is. See, another one. But then we have Transformers 1, right? Which is the new one that came out that doesn't happen on Earth, right? They finally set a movie on Cybertron.
But like it's
right.
Like I think with perhaps Optimus Prime exclusively, he rocks the sort of blocky Gundam look. Like for Gundam, in my opinion, it looks antiquated. It's coming from that old era. But Optimus Prime, he's got the personality that goes with it. He's an old man. He's like this. He's kind of a big bulky guy. It makes sense. He's a dad. Like it makes sense for him to have this kind of aesthetic. You know? It makes sense for him to have this look. You know, he's an old car. You know.
He's also quite literally like a veteran of war. Like he isn't like a superhero. He's like, no, I'm gonna kill someone. I will kill if I need to. It's that easy.
But post one more example, and then I'm gonna tell you my next story.
Here's the new one from Transformers 1. This was like an animated film that was set place entirely on Cybertron.
Not sure how I feel about this. This
is the glow in the middle is the Matrix of Leadership. That's not that glow is
I'm
like
gonna say it. I hate the Matrix of Leadership. Like this is kind kind of like
you can't say that. That's not allowed.
What the hell do I need a glowing rock for? Whatever it is.
The glowing rock is the power of Cybertron made manifest. It lights your. It lights.
Rock, okay.
It brings light in the darkest hour. That's what it does. It defeats Unicron.
Look, I tell you why you get it. You get it because you're British. Because our king sits on a stone that supposedly is like the stone of leadership for the Scots or something. I don't know the law. Stone scone.
No. I'm talking.
It's our matrix of leadership. It's their matrix of leadership.
No, it's because it kills Unicron. It kills Unicron. That's why we like the matrix of leadership. It defeats Unicron.
I don't know. Anyway, but the point is, I'm not a fan of this. This is too toy-like. Okay. It's too toy-like, I think.
It is. Okay, but you can't. To be fair, even like the G1 was toy-like. It's always been toy-like. I guess. So, I don't know.
It's got that kind. It's too cartoony, in my opinion. It doesn't.
This I think might actually be an image of the. I'm gonna be honest. This might be an image of the toy I'm showing you. No, it's not the toy. It's not the toy.
Okay. But anyway, I want to tell you about the other thing. Let me go get the picture of it.
Let's see it. I'm gonna find a different Transformer that's like been through a bit more of a redesign throughout the times.
Generally, it's the main characters that get stuck. Like Gundam still gets stuck looking like this, while the other characters get more designs. That's all they're gonna be beholden to the toy company. But here it is. This is a picture of my desk.
There's a picture of your desk. Oh no, what am I seeing? It's right there.
I bought a comic book.
He bought a comic book. I did see this. I saw a comic book on his desk, like son buying a comic. That's crazy.
I've reached it's like this is like the supervillain kidnapping the hero. It's like, what's he gonna do to this poor comic?
What's he gonna do?
I got this and I acquired this and because I wanted to see the difference between reading it on the digital screen and reading it in physical and see what differences. I had this sort of theory in my head that maybe it just looks bad on the screen. It'll be better in physical form. There's no substantial difference. That's my takeaway. No substantial difference.
Did you read? Okay, but I got a question. Did you enjoy this comic?
I didn't even know what was going on. I've got some other complaints about it, but they're not entirely valid complaints because they're aside from the comic itself. So you may notice on this comic, there's no issue number, there's no artist name, no writer name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and there's no artist and writer name on the inside either. Yeah. Nor any issue name. I'm gonna clue who made this comic. All I know is it's Marvel, and I had to go scouring on the internet through 20 different issues of the Miles Morales Spider-Man to find this one in the actual main series.
Okay, but I got a question. Did you read it? Did you read the comic?
I looked at the pictures, and they've got this shiny page, and everyone's talking about the shiny paper. That's been a thing that people talk about for years. And the people
foil, my beloved.
No, not foil. It's just shiny paper, I don't know.
Glossy?
Yes, glossy paper. It's just glossy paper.
A glossy print. Okay.
Yes, right. Glossy. Okay. It's just what they're and the people publishing the comics. They love this. They're like, oh, we've got super high quality glossy paper. It's so pristine and beautiful. And everyone reading the comics thinks this is ass because you know what happens to glossy pages when you have any kind of light nearby? It glares. You can't see what you're looking at.
Yeah, you're right.
And so half these pages, there's got a black background. That background ain't black anymore. That background's a blinding white. I can't see what I'm looking at. It's a bad experience. This wouldn't happen if it was matte.
That's true.
And other than that, all the other complaints are just they're the same complaints I have about any the glow effects and stuff. But it's floppy. Okay, it's a floppy, and it really is floppy. It's a bit you kind of go. It's a bit delicate. It feels kind of delicate, and whatever.
Well, they're not making them for people to read. To be fair. But did you actually read it though? Did you?
I didn't. I couldn't because it starts midway through a sentence of a thing. It starts midway through what's going on.
No, okay.
Let me. I'm gonna open it, and in fact, I'm gonna find it on the internet. I'm gonna find it on the internet. One momento. I'm
also gonna get Rodimus Prime images ready, because Rodimus Prime is a character that gets reused a bunch, right? And he was specifically right. So I'll tell you about this because I know a little bit about it. The Transformers movie was the first time there were Transformers characters made to look like characters before looking like toys.
I see. I see. That sounds interesting.
So I think it is interesting. It is very interesting, right? All right, I found a safe spot. I'm going to start spamming Discord with this. Teehee. I will not be apologizing. So we got Mr. Rodimus Prime. We got Mr. Rodimus Prime, who was Hot Rod, but this is after gaining the Matrix of Leadership, right? And as you can see, he looks like a character, right? He looks like a robot mech guy. He transforms into let me get the toy. The toy to show the transformation. Actually, we can use the toy. We can use the whole ass toy. Pull up.
Cool design. I like it.
Here's your toy. He turns into that. He turns into like a truck because he originally when he was Hot Rod, he turns into a Hot Rod. He turns into like a sports car, right?
I see.
But then like when he becomes a Prime, he has to become a truck. That's just the rules, right? I don't make them. Them's the rules. You become a truck. But like then they like re-showed him, right?
Oh,
this is I found a close up when he's like fighting Galvatron, right? Galvatron is also a very cool character. We love Galvatron. But then they redesign him, right? Rodimus Prime. We go Rodimus Prime. But he went through a bit of a redesign because he was always like a middle child character where he was like the replacement for Optimus because they kill off Optimus in the movie, right? They kill him.
Okay.
Right, he dies.
Yeah, fuck Optimus
and people
Prime.
Didn't like that. No, I like Optimus Prime. No. Here are them standing next to each other, right? Because Optimus had been like the face of the cartoons and the toy line for like 2 seasons, which was like a year, right? At that point, 2 years, right? Which is long enough for people to get dedicated fans.
Absolutely.
So that was like the big issue, right? Is that they killed Optimus, and people didn't like that they killed Optimus. I don't mind them killing Optimus. I like Optimus, but like, as long as if they kill him and make it work, it's fine, right? So Rodimus was always like a sort of like a young character. Right? He was always like because if we look at Hot Rod, right? Hot Rod. Former. There we go. Huge. If you look at him when he's like before he becomes Rodimus, if we look at him beforehand, he looks like he's like nowhere near as mature. Like less face lines. His shoulders aren't quite as broad. He's still got like the design elements, but it's very much the same.
He looks younger.
He does look younger, and he acts younger as well. He's basically he's like he's 21, right? That's kind of how he acts.
I think that's
basically like a teenager.
Seems like something that would fit for a Hot Rod.
And he constantly like banters back and forth with a guy called Cup, who is like an old Autobot, right? He's old. His joints are a little like stiff. He tells war stories to the Dinobots, right? Here's like an image of him fishing with Daniel, right? Hold up, here we go.
Gertrude, where are we going with this?
We're going with this. Okay, right. So where we're going with this is we're going to look at what they did to him in the IDW comics, right? So in the IDW comics, he is a Prime, but they keep that young vibe for him, right? They keep that young, like, inexperienced, very much, like, a little out of his depth vibe, right? So we go Rodimus Prime, IDW. Right, if you look at the IDW Optimus Prime, right, you're going to see what they did to him. Now, I think this is good. I like IDW Optimus. I like IDW Rodimus, right? I like him a lot. I'm a big fan of this guy. Because he's the de facto leader of the Autobots at this point in the time.
The design is definitely a more modern sensibility, and in that, like, that's positive in that sense. However, this doesn't have the fire thing. It doesn't have the fire thing.
He doesn't. He lost the Hot Rod flames.
And he looks evil.
True.
He looks evil. He looks evil in my opinion.
He's actually a good guy. He's very much a good guy.
He's got a more fire looking head. Like there's clearly like it looks like he's from like the Fire Nation. But. No. It's hard to say. Now, this design, I think this design is primitive. It's like this is more sophisticated. This is a more sophisticated design, but direction-wise, it looks evil. I feel like it looks evil.
He's a good guy. You see that symbol on his chest? That means he's a good guy.
I know he's a good guy with a symbol. Like, what if a Decepticon? Okay, like just put an Optobot or whatever Autobot marker on it. It's like, is that a war crime? Do they have war crimes? Flying.
There's a plot line with that. There's a plot line with that in the comic.
Flying under false colors.
You should. You know what you should read? You should read, right? You should 100% read the IDW comics for Transformers. I think you'd enjoy them.
I did go having a look through. Let me go find a thingamajig.
I think you should. Yeah, the more than meets the eye one. I think you should really read that. Because
what did I look for? Right? Transformers More Than Meets the Eye 2012. That was the one I had a look at. And while the art is pretty good, I wouldn't mind. My complaint is that there's too much text. Too much text.
It's a bit plot heavy, I will say.
But you know, it's clearly one of those stories that's probably kind of like Bionicles. You know, sort of like the 13-hour lore video.
It is. It is. You are completely right. It is 13-hour lore video.
You know,
they have to explain why.
But the art's not bad. The art's not bad. I kind of like the art. They do a lot of like cool stuff. You know, like there's some artistic skill going on here. And I can't help but always like. There's a reason why there's no manga about Gurren Lagann, about Evangelion, about Code Geass. Like I know people made it afterwards, but they were made as anime first and foremost, and the reason why is because people really don't like drawing mecha.
That's true.
You've probably seen it yourself. Artists accepting commissions, rules, no mecha. Like they do not like drawing mechanical things. Like artists hate it. Like it's very, very niche. So to see someone making a comic with basically mecha, it's admirable, especially when they're trying to make those mechas the characters. That's a challenge.
I think they do it well in the Transformers comics.
I agree. It's not so bad.
I think they do it very well.
But I wanted to let me delete all this. Go back. This was the comic I bought. This is the first page. And
first page. Let's see it.
Read it for yourself if you can even read it. I don't know what the quality is like. And that's your first page. You've given no context, nothing. This is just what you're thrown into.
Okay. Maybe it explains it on a later page.
It doesn't. I found it online. This is midway through the comic. This comic starts midway through the actual comic. It's midway through like a scene. It's
shame.
Why would they do this? And then the next few pages aren't really much better. Like nothing's introduced, so it's unreadable in that sense. I don't know why they did that. What was I going to say? You know what? That's it. Invite me to the game, Gellert. Invite me to the game.
Oh yeah. You're not in the game anymore. It's over. Let me invite you. Let me invite you to the game. It disconnected you, and you were just so busy looking up comic stuff. I was like, okay, I'll invite you when we're done.
Just game up. If this goes on any longer, it's not going to be. We'll have to change the name of the title eventually.
To be fair, there's Satisfactory going on.
So what have you been up to in Satisfactory?
I've been building trains.
Nice. I'm glad you're getting used to it. You had a really rough time in the beginning with it.
I did. I'm also fixing the power lines still, and I'm adding more. To the network.
Oh, I got a moment to go back to. I am in the gaming scene. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, you should be in the game. I invited you.
No, sorry. I've got my OBS game scene.
I'm also placing down a bunch of miners so I can stop enemy spawning.
Oh yeah, that's good. I did that in the swamp.
Yeah, I've started doing that in the swamp as well.
You can also do the same thing with foundations. I don't know the specific mechanics of it, but it's like a certain density or number of foundations stops enemies spawning.
Should we just build giant pillars of foundations and just be like, yeah, that stops the enemies?
I don't know the mechanics, and also I don't want to do it because it's kind of ugly, but.
No, it'd be cool. Because it'd be giant, giant. You know what seminomics is, right?
I don't know the mechanics. I don't know if they've got to be pillars or if they've got to be slabs. I don't know. Okay. I'd have to look it up. There's.
Have you heard of seminomics? The subject of.
Rings a bell. Is it something to do with electronics?
It's the subject. No, it's to do with communicating nuclear waste.
Oh, I love this. I love this.
Yes, through architecture, right? That's what it is,
cool.
Right?
It's very cool.
Essentially, signaling, don't dig here, you will die, right?
The images are a little kind of lame looking, but I love the text. The text that what they're supposed to represent, the text that it's supposed to communicate through images. The text is so metal. It's so metal.
It is. Have you seen the giant spikes? of
I've seen the
Semiomics.
spikes. Yeah, I've seen the spikes.
The spikes go hard. As I fucking love the spikes.
They do.
But like
they do.
But like we could make the swamp look like that using the foundations. Just having like a shit ton of like pillars going throughout the swamp and nothing spawns. Make it like a dead area. It would look so. It would look so cool. It would look so cool.
If the mechanics did work like that, that would be kind of cool.
It would be sick. It'd be so sick. It'd be amazing.
Pairs needed turbo motors. Do we have turbo?
Yeah, I like how long have we been live for? How long have we been live for? Hold up.
1 hour.
We talked about comics for 70 minutes straight. No gameplay at all.
It's so silly.
Open Sun Factory stream at comics. Open Sun stream comics. That's what it is. That's what it is.
What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say?
What were you gonna say?
Oh yeah, the nuclear thing. Now I know it's supposed to be. I know they're supposed to be communicated through images, but the text that goes with it, with what the images are supposed to communicate, is the most metal thing like I've ever read.
No, it's
like
right,
it has such I'm a big fan of like authoritative tones that are simple. You know, it's like you think like how do I communicate that this is like extremely serious, you know, and you think, oh, just be really wordy. It's like no, it's the opposite of wordy. It's like they
You need to be blunt.
It's so blunt. It's like saying, you know, it's like this message is important to us. Pay attention to it. It's not please pay attention to it or we would appreciate. It's like it's pay attention to it. It's an imperative. You know, it's just a straight command.
It's
like,
demanding.
It's so
like
demanding.
You have to.
Exactly. Like
if you do not, you will die.
Exactly. Like it's almost indifferent to you dying. It's just sort of like there's no discussion here. It's telling you. Pay attention to this, you know. It's like it's
pay
so
attention. That's it.
Exactly.
It's like,
but I also like how like and maybe you could sort of say it's sort of like projecting on the part of the people who made it or something. But it's sort of like there's almost like a guilt to it. There's almost like a sense of like of shame.
There is
in it.
No,
know?
there is. There 100% is because the thing about nuclear Semiomics, it is to communicate like waste products, specifically like waste dumps for nuclear, like for fissile, for like essentially critical material. So it's essentially
almost like
it is quite literally this is our dumping ground for something that would kill millions.
Yeah, but it's almost like it's like a commentary on like nuclear waste itself, where it's sort of like there's this almost like this like regret in it, where it's sort of like saying like, you know, no honorable deed is buried here. Like nothing valuable, nothing that is valued is here. You know, like what is here was repulsive to us. Like it's so like
true.
There's so much shame in it. Right. You know, there's so much shame. There is
a level of it because I'm gonna be honest. This is my very very like milquetoast political take. I'm a nuclear power fan. I like it.
Me too. But I think it's important to acknowledge that nuclear, like the power of the atom, is extremely dangerous, and we have made mistakes with it.
True, exactly. No, I'm completely in agreement. And it's like though, and the nuclear semiomics is communicating. This is quite literally the dark side of nuclear power. This is the side of it that will kill without remorse, that will kill without target, that will just kill and kill until there's nothing left alive.
I also love how like it communicates it in a way where it's so Lovecraftian. Like it's not like
it is.
It's like what is seen. Like it's not visible. You know, like it's harmful. It's like it's an emanation of energy. Like it's sort of.
No, it actually is.
And then they got like this like almost like it's like a curse. It's literally a modern day like curse. You know, like
so. So what you're saying is exactly how there was this like nuclear disaster in Brazil, right? It wasn't like a nuclear power plant. It wasn't a nuclear power plant. It was what happened is a junk trader got into an old abandoned hospital and like essentially pilfered an old radiotherapy machine.
Oh, I see.
Or like a X-ray machine, right? Now you've got to now you know there's already like a big issue there, right? Already a huge issue. They pilfered something that was so radioactive, right? They got a canister of cesium powder.
Oh, I've heard that's very dangerous stuff.
Cesium is extremely dangerous because cesium is like it is the most is like one of the most radioactive materials on Earth. It is so deadly. It is so toxic to the human body. Your body, I think, mistakes it for like a mineral you need and puts it into your cells while it is still radioactive. Right, that is what happens. And what he did was he cracked it open, and they found this blue glowing dust inside, this blue glowing powder inside this like canister, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when they saw it, they thought it was beautiful. It was enchanting, right? And you know what that blue glow is. You know exactly what that blue glow actually means. That means it was quite literally putting out enough radiation to kill them.
That's hilarious.
Terrible. And they took it, and he took like there was a story. He took like a massive, like a rice grain sized chunk of the dust, right? Like a rock, like a crystal. And he was like, "I'm going to make a ring for my wife with it." He never got around to making the ring.
This is. I'm pretty sure this is a plot in Harry Potter. This is like the Marvolo ring or whatever.
And they kept the people like his family and his friends who came around to look at the glow, and their family and friends who like took bits of it home with them to like use it because it looked so beautiful and pretty. They'd spread it over places because it was like almost magical to them, right?
It's funny.
And they went to constant.
It's funny you say this. This story happens shockingly often. Like
shockingly often is a bit of it's very uncommon for these stories are actually very uncommon, but it's common in the sense that when people who don't know what nuclear material is find them, it's common in those situations.
Have you heard the story of I forget what element it is, begins with a P, I think. It glows and it glows when exposed to oxygen or something.
Ooh, or something. That sounds like plutonium.
No, it's found in the body. Found in the body small amounts. It's not radioactive, but it's named photo something. It's named after. It's related to photons, I think, or something emanating light.
It's probably a compound then.
No, it's an element. It's an element.
Phosphorus.
That's it. Phosphorus. Yes,
that's it. Okay. All right. There you're thinking.
And now, phosphorus is not one of the. It's not a very healthy thing. You shouldn't eat.
Oh,
phosphorus.
It is not. No, I know of what As a fan of games with war crimes, I know what white phosphorus does. I know what that does.
Exactly.
I'm aware.
And anyway, so the discovery of phosphorus goes as follows. There is an old alchemist. He's looking for the philosopher's stone, as you do, and he's busy boiling piss.
Son, I'm gonna ask before you start that. Can I finish the Brazil story real quick?
Okay, go ahead.
I was halfway through it.
Go ahead, before it gets forgotten.
So there was, and so everybody who like touched it, like everybody who was even around it started getting sick, right?
Mm-hmm.
They started vomiting, headaches,
as you do
like
around
sores.
cesium.
Yeah, right. And they kept going to like the hospitals, and this was back in like the 80s, right? This was back in the 80s in Brazil,
1980s.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, so they must have known. They must have known this was radiation sickness.
80s Brazil, and they went to and they thought, oh, it must be like it must be just some like tropical disease, and they went to a clinic for tropical diseases.
I see.
And they were like, yeah, it's a tropical disease.
Oh my god.
And they kept going, and they kept going, and they kept going, and more people kept filling up until eventually one person, a singular doctor that they were lucky was around, right? This was like by luck. Was like, hang on, this is not a tropical disease. This is radiation poisoning, right?
Mm-hmm. That's
and
oh my goodness.
It just kept happening. No, it was like one of the family members recognized it as like radiation poisoning and was like, hang on, this is bad. This is very bad.
Like, see, and they took the rest of the this story took place in the 1800s, I would have like this would have been like, okay, whatever. Like, but
no, this was the 80s. This was not that long ago.
That's crazy. Let me look it up. That's crazy.
Exactly. It is.
Like at this point, like the knowledge of the effects of radiation was common knowledge. I'm pretty sure
it was 1987.
Oh my goodness, that's after Chernobyl, I think.
Yeah, that is after Chernobyl. God.
And not only is it after Chernobyl, it's only a few years after Chernobyl, which means it's in like everyone was talking about it, so people would be more likely to think about it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was like. It is one of the worst nuclear disasters just ever. It is worse. It directly affected the lives, as in contaminated, 249 people.
Oh my god.
And about 112,000 were examined for contamination. Multiple buildings had to be demolished.
Oh my god, that's insane.
There is a lot, like a lot. Oh yeah, no, okay. Remember what? I know why cesium is dangerous. It dissolves. It dissolves in water. That's why it's dangerous.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough.
That's rough. Yeah, that's really rough.
Like even when like non-radioactive things dissolve in water, it's sort of like, you know, you gotta be careful with that stuff around, like all kinds of things.
It's one of the most radioactive materials on the planet as well.
Oh my god.
And four people died from this, and multiple people, and like dozens are now physically deformed permanently. Like their hands are missing like multiple fingers.
Brazil, huh?
Like it's literally it's that bad. It was that bad of a disaster. Because once they figured out it was radiation, the response was really swift. But it went on for days before, like, it went on for like, how long did it go on for? Like, let's see. It was, I think, the cleanup started on. Well, actually, let's find it out. I'm looking through it. You can start. 15 days after the item was found.
Okay, that's quicker than I thought, but even still, that's crazy.
It took 2 weeks for them to between finding the orphan source and being like, hang on, this is radioactive.
It's quicker than modern bureaucracy.
They were dosed. Most people were dosed with were hit with lethal doses of radiation within a day.
Madness.
It was that bad. It was terrible.
Oh, that's crazy. I'm surprised I haven't heard of that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a big one. All right, now you can. Okay, now my story is over. You can tell your story now.
I was talking about phosphorus. Phosphorus, that was it. So
yeah, phosphorus. Yeah,
the discovery of phosphorus, the element phosphorus. So there was an alchemist who was looking for the Philosopher's Stone, as you do. And
yeah, that's what they do.
And so he's in his lab boiling thousands of gallons of piss. Because as you do, because it's like, it's kind of a gold-looking color, and it comes from the body, so it's like the body's gold. You know, I don't know. He must have run out of ideas. But anyway, so he's boiling all this piss, and then he's like separating out through distillation and condensation and stuff all the separate items from it, and he finds an element he's never seen before, and it's like, it's glowing, and it's in very small quantities. It only came after he boiled all this piss. And he concludes,
super piss.
This is the Philosopher's Stone. This is it. And so he's got this little vial of this glowing liquid, and he shows all his friends, and they're like, wow, it's the Philosopher's Stone, and then, like, he like shows kings and all rich people and stuff, and he refuses to tell them how it's made, you know. But then eventually, like, the other people they're so like, you must tell us how you found this. What is the recipe to make the Philosopher's Stone and stuff? And he's like, and he gives him like a riddle. He gives him a riddle. It's like, oh, it's from the body, and then eventually they discover it's also from piss. And then so now the secret's out that the Philosopher's Stone comes from boiling thousands of gallons of piss. Imagine the smell.
Imagine the smell. Vile.
And
absolutely vile.
And then people, they're so amazed by this, they're absolutely convinced that this must have incredible medical properties. So they start using this as medicine in all kinds of applications. They're injecting this stuff, they're drinking this stuff, like they're applying it to their body, like, you know, they're wearing it as pendants, face cream, like, you know, and spoiler, it's kind of poisonous.
Spoiler alert, it kills you, you die.
It was also later discovered that boiling piss is not a very effective method of procuring phosphorus. Urine contains only trace amounts of phosphorus. You can find basically pure phosphorus just in the ground. You can just dig up.
But urine, what does urine also contain? A lot of ammonia.
Carbon. It also contains a lot of carbon,
carbon and ammonia.
I guess
you boil it. What do you get?
Mustard gas.
No, that's when you had chlorine.
But it's such a and then there's a bunch of stories like this. Like they discover a new element, it must have amazing medical properties. They're just convinced of it, and then 9 times out of 10, it's extremely poisonous.
I think it's really funny how the first thing we do with literally every new element we find is like, let's put it on our face.
It's incredible.
Every fucking time we do it, and every time we die.
You've heard the story of leaded gasoline, right? I think I actually talked about this on stream.
I have. The guy who made it got himself killed with it.
Oh, yeah. But it's like, I think one thing I didn't mention from that story is the funny little anecdote of like where it's been exposed that it's dangerous. And the guy who's made it, who's like making loads of money off of it, he holds like a big like press conference thing where he's like, no, this is nonsense. Leaded gasoline is not dangerous at all. And to prove it, he like pours it all over himself and like breathes it in and like all kinds of nonsense to prove it's not dangerous. And you know what the worst thing about it is? He knows it's dangerous. He's fully aware of how dangerous his product is. But for business purposes, he's gonna keep this train running. So he deliberately poisons himself to convince people to keep buying his products. He's that stuck in. He's that locked in and doubled down.
He's locked in, chat. He's ready. He's ready to kill himself for money.
He's fully aware that everything people are saying is true, and he's committed to convince people that it's bogus just so they buy more of it. That's the most what do you call it? That's chaotic evil. You will reach chaotic evil.
I think at that point you have true
madness.
Yeah, it's like, and
there's a capitalistic evil. Like he has sacrificed himself to it.
Exactly, but there's a bunch of other stories of people who have found like radioactive sources and not known about radiation, who then just died from it. There was the Leah incident in Georgia, where 3 hikers who went out looking for three people from a village. They went out looking for firewood, and they found these metal canisters.
Oh, well, what?
That had steam. That were like, and there was like a snowy day, and there was no snow around these canisters, and there was like a bit of steam coming off them as well. And it was kind of late, and they're like, let's just stay out here. Let's just stay out here, and let's stay the night because it's kind of late. We don't want to head back yet. We'll bring firewood back the next day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they use these canisters to stay warm.
That's hilarious.
In their tent.
That's hilarious. That's so like sci-fi.
Yep, and they get sick, and they're like, "Oh, we must have just eaten something bad, right? Must have just eaten something bad." And nope, radiation poisoning. One of them died. One of them spent 900 days in hospital.
Oh my goodness.
900 days, constantly getting, because they would put it up against their backs while they were sleeping, right? They put this, and so they had to he had to constantly get skin grafts, and the grafts didn't catch, and they had to keep getting more skin grafts, and it didn't catch.
So
and
that's
they had
brutal.
to keep doing that. The pictures are like disgusting.
Do not
it
send
is
me.
a horrific. I'm not sending you. But like, there is so many, because it was from the USSR who were making RTG reactors, which are like they're non-critical reactors. They're basically just like here's like a big lump of uranium encased in metal that you can just basically boil water from indefinitely.
Oh, I see.
Right, which is like it's a low tech, low upkeep reactor.
So we already have a nuclear reactor at home. The nuclear reactor at home.
Yeah, I mean it was for remote it's for remote bases that are like hard to power. And so like they have like a good use. It's like a good theory. Like they are kind of a thing. There are like some low grade nuclear reactors around, right?
Yeah.
And in theory, it was a good idea, but the USSR dissolved before they got them installed.
Oh, so the fuel? Them.
Yeah, it just got dumped in Georgia.
That's hilarious.
That's what happened. That's why. Like, in theory, good reactor. Doesn't have a chance, can't really go critical, doesn't need too much cooling, it just boils water, right? It can't go boom like Chernobyl did, right?
Mm-hmm.
But instead, it
doesn't have the energy.
It doesn't. No, it can't go. It's a subcritical piece. It's like, you know how the demon core was like subcritical until you put the two pieces,
exactly.
Pieces
like
together.
It was like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was basically like that, right? Like, of course, you have to line the crate with lead, right? Because otherwise, you will just die.
You know, say safety regulations. They put red tape around everything. You know,
Use your red tape. The red tape in question, not dying.
Yeah.
But it was like, yeah, that was another one. It's like I think like one of them spent I think out of the two of them, one died, one spent 700 days, one spent 900 days, just constant pain and suffering, and was left like physically scarred and deformed even after hospital.
Scarred and deformed.
The response, however, the response was quick. Georgia very quickly put together like this team that contains the orphan source very easily and very quickly, right, with very little incident. But it's like the issue is with nuclear like disasters like that, it's not like, oh, how easy is it to get rid of? It's the damage it does before you realize it's a nuclear source, right? And that's why nuclear semonomics are so important, because the people who find those sources of radiation, they aren't going to know it's radiation until it's too late. Every time it's
I'm going to build a computer factory. We've got two recipes. We've got two recipes. We've got.
And we have more recipes, by the way. You should check the recipe thing.
Oh, let me see. Where's the man? Let's have a gander. I
think we should take the quick wire.
Quick wire? Sure. But nice. have a look at go to recipes and have a look at computer. There's two recipes here.
Okay, I'll take a look.
And I'm leaning towards Caterium computer. I'm leaning towards Caterium computer.
How much Caterium do we have is the question. That's like my big question.
I would get it all fresh. I'd get it all fresh because I'll go
yes, I just don't want to I just don't want to use up all our Caterium now and be like, we need Caterium for something important later. Unless Caterium is one of those materials that's like completely optional, doesn't give a shit about it.
It gets used here and there, you know. But there's enough Caterium around the world. We'll be fine.
Is there? Okay, we can probably get away with using it.
It's not like iron where you just need iron and literally everything. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Caterium computer.
Okay.
Let's go put together a.
Oh, I connected some of the power lines. Some of the faraway power lines have been connected up finally.
Let's see. Which one's that one's Caterium computer? Do we have an alternative for...
we spent an hour and a half yapping. We spent 90 minutes just pure yapping, son. It's over.
Oops, it is.
Actual streamer moment.
Let's see.
Ooh, summer sloop.
Default circuit boards. We don't have any alternatives for those.
Oh god, we need a lot. Oh, we need circuit boards for stuff as well. We need to do research with them.
Let's see. I need, what else do I need? Rubber.
Rubber.
Do we have any fun rubber alternatives? Residual rubber.
No. Okay, maybe we do.
Not sure if that's useful though, because I can't get residual stuff from. No, I'll just use regular rubber.
That's fine. I mean, you can like dump it. We can just like map. We can just like dump the excess.
I'm gonna need plastic also, and then I figure out to dump the excess in somewhere. I'll probably put it into fuel or something.
I see. I'm gonna put this around here actually. I'm gonna build more foundation.
Quick wire. Do I have any alternatives for quick wire? Nope. That is in tier 1.
Let's build this out here. Big, massive platform out on the edge of the map, by the way.
I see.
Over the pits.
Do we have any Caterium alternatives?
A bit of pit maxing is fine.
Okay. Right, let's bring all these together and see what we've got. See if I've forgotten anything.
Ooh, more cables, more power lines, huge. I'm going to ignore that spider. That spider's not an issue for me anymore. Teehee. If I ignore it, it can't kill me. That's how it works, right?
What do I need? Sheets. Okay, I'll do that in a bit. Gonna need a fair amount of rubber. Let's go get sheets. Oh, we've got steamed copper sheets. I will use that. That is actually a good alternative recipe.
that uses water, right?
It does,
and just makes
yeah.
more copper. It uses
Exactly.
water and copper and just makes more. Okay, should we worry about power? Hold up, should we worry about power?
How are we doing for power?
No, we're doing very well for power. Look at the power line. Look at the power grid.
Where's the power grid? Let me have a quick gander. Oh, we're doing very well.
There you go. Yeah, we're doing very. I might go and build like a massive battery array, like a battery farm.
That's actually a good idea. Yeah. They go.
I will do that while you build your factory.
Don't rely on the dimensional depot to do that because it goes through modular frames very quickly as well as wires very quickly. So go fill up your inventory with those things, and you'll have better luck. You'll have better luck.
I'm finishing off my big. Oh, that's all my health nearly. What the fuck? I hate this jetpack. I hate this jetpack so much. It sucks.
He hates the jetpack.
I do. I think it's lame as hell.
Alright, just for the fun of it, I'm going to make kind of a big computer factory. I'm going to make loads of computers.
That's a good idea.
Just for fun.
Don't make it oversized yet.
It's not oversized. I'm going to make 7 or something per minute. 7 computers per minute.
That's true. We do. I might upgrade the steel factory as well. That's
and we've got the capacity for big production now anyway. We're no longer limited by belts like we were in the past. We're in the big leagues, so.
I still might upgrade the steel factory to give us more concrete steel beams, because we're going to need a bunch of those.
I see. Alright, let's see how much plastic I need. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Dead.
It's 120 divided by 1.
Alright, big dog, die. Amount of bombs again? Ugh, Nobelisk, my beloved. Come back here. Ow.
Oof. How much copper sheets do I need? I need 15 times 4, 16 divided by 22.5. 2. I'll get that exact-ish.
Right. Big tower.
Yeah. I need
Alright, we now have massive powered cable connection done. There's now a loop of cables that goes around the entire map.
Oh, I see. Wonderful. Let's get row at 22.5. Let's just get 2 of those. Actually, I have to have slightly more than that. I can slightly overclock both of these.
No overclocking. Your challenge is no overclocking.
It's because the rubber produces 20 rubber, but I need 22.5 rubber. It's slightly more, and so I'm just gonna.
Solution. You make more rubber.
I don't
make more rubber using another. Use a third machine.
Yeah, but I'd have to underclock it to like 20% to make the numbers even.
You don't need to underclock it. You never need to underclock, right? Never need to underclock.
All right. We'll make a third one then. Maybe it'll get used for something else. I don't know.
We'll overclock everything, because then we can overclock literally everything to the same amount, right?
All right. What else do I need? I'm gonna have to see how much byproducts I've got. Let me see.
Oh my god, there are 7 spiders in this area right now. What the fuck? Oh no, so it got me killed.
60
Let's do that.
Plus,
right.
60 plus 2, 4, 6 plus 60. So I've got 120 of that to get rid of. I'll figure out that some other time. I think that's everything accounted for. Ethereum going in. Circuit boards going in.
Ooh.
Plastic.
Okay, I'll make it. I'm gonna make it. Yeah.
30 times 6 plus 90. Need 270 oil.
Holy shit! There's so much like. I can see the train tracks from above. It looks kind of cool. Looks really cool.
2.5 times 2.67. 60 copper. Try and draw my
Death crate obtained.
mouse.
Oh, you put a train through a tunnel. That's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I do approve. I do approve of that kind of stuff. Like, train can go somewhere cool. We put it somewhere cool. Are you even gonna get the computer factory finished by the time we are done?
Right, it's mostly oil, so I've got to find somewhere with a little bit of copper, just like it could be one impure node, it'd be enough, and a little bit of caterium, mostly oil though. So I've got to go build it somewhere there's oil.
See.
So that's it, gaming, and go have a gander.
Dead big spider. 3 giant spiders and a radioactive hog. I hate this fucking. I hate the fucking creatures in this game. They're so annoying, man. They're so annoying. Right. Okay. Here we go. Good thing there's a lot of fucking do that. There's a lot of what ore nodes here, so I can literally just like put them all on a thing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it means I can stop them spawning.
Ah, I see. So you're over there as well.
Yeah, I'm over here stopping things spawning.
Yeah, I already know that there's oil here.
Oil where? Where are you?
Is there copper and caterium here though?
Maybe we start using the train. Maybe we make the trains to like load it over.
I may well. Although the point of making this factory is to get rail signals, which are essential for trains.
Well, okay, but like think about it. We can set like one train up, right?
But now I suppose, but I don't know.
Like, you know, rail signals are only an issue when you're using 2 trains. Like, you need rail signals when you have 2 trains. But if you have 1 train...
Alright, there's some caterium. There's enough caterium nearby. I don't think there's any copper, though. So it looks like I may well have to bring that over.
These miners. Well, we have a few mines you can make.
There is some. It's a little way away, but I may... For simplicity, I may... Because I need the tiny... I need 60 copper. It's so tiny.
Oh,
I'm going to build a train station here anyway. Because why not?
That's true. Like, you know, it could always be a good idea to like, ooh, heat sink, yoink.
So I'm going to build it kind of high up. Like that.
Ooh, bomb. Kill the dog. Huge. Not dead. What the hell? Oh, he's dead now. Nice. Alright. It's in this drop pod. Need cooling system 25. Son, how far are we off of cooling system?
I don't even think we can do it in this tier. check the depot though. We may have some.
No, there's nothing in the depot. There's a bunch of portable miners.
No luck then.
It. Here's some turbo motors. You know, that's cool.
That is cool.
That is cool. Right. There are also more and more like animal remains being left over all over the map.
Yeah, you should pick those up. 3.
Oh. Not all.
1 more.
What else we can get? Great, I've connected it up. And I've added a bunch of things. Maybe I should connect up the power lines here as well. That's a good idea.
I think this was the amount to go out.
Actually, I'm going to bomb the rest of the swamp. The swamp has still got trees in it.
Bomb it. It shall not be allowed to exist.
Exactly. No, that's like the plan, right? That's the goal of this game, is to get rid of the swamp.
Exactly. You get a lot of like the sort of like the people who like play this game a lot. What they tend to do is like they try to like harm the environment as little as possible.
Why? Why? Wait, why?
Because they want to like preserve it. Because once you destroy it, it's gone forever.
Okay, cool. I don't like it.
Like they go to like great lengths to like try and find ways. Like I need to blow up this like rock to get my thing through, but I don't want to destroy anything else. Like I need some minimal damage.
That's kind of lame.
I think it's kind of cute.
Those people are lamos.
Alright, are there any power lines nearby here? I don't see any inside. Oh, I see one way off in the distance. I guess I'll go fly to that. So I can connect this train station to it.
I don't know how you were talking about...
Oh.
That entire time you were talking about it, I laid the most satisfying chain of explosives. It just cleared like an acre. It was so good. It was so good.
I'm surprised, like we haven't even unlocked the explosive rebar yet.
We don't need it. We do not need it.
I don't think you know what you're missing.
I think you just don't know how to use a tool. Like we are given the perfect tool to clear vegetation, enemies, rocks, right in the palm of my hands right now.
But imagine if you could do it at the same fire rate as the rebar gun.
That sounds less satisfying because I can't lay this really cool and almost elaborate chain of explosives and set them all off at once. Like, think about it that way. Think about it that way, son. Right? That's so. That's the goal. That's the goal.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
He gets it. He gets it, chat. We're so back. Right, let's do this. Oh, cleared again. I think it was the side of the swamp that you did that didn't have the trees on.
Oh, I see. I didn't bother clearing anything.
Yeah. I cleared everything on my end because I was sick of it. I was like, I'm done with this shit. Get it out of here. Get it out of here.
I see.
I did not want to deal with it anymore. But you know what? It looks beautiful. Wasteland, my beloved.
I guess this is middle of the map.
Right there. Here. Too bad there's still enemies spawning in the swamp. I'll find a way to get rid of them.
Are your miners powered?
Yes, there's just not enough miners.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Like, it's just like they're spawning in areas where like there's no nodes. Like maybe I just build like giant concrete pillars to scare them off.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. I'll look into it. I might just Google the mechanics around it because it's not like an intuitive mechanic, so I don't care. I don't care that I'm like slightly spoiling myself on that.
The spawning mechanics.
Yeah, it's just like whatever. And they're annoying creatures. I hate them. I've got this spider chasing me as I lay these bombs.
So let's see, how big of a factory am I going to need for this? I'm going to need lots of room for refineries.
He blew up a goddamn bomb. Ugh.
Need yeah, lots of room for refineries. I better start with that then.
Ooh. One spider dead. I have to kill it with like my stun baton. It's so annoying. Okay, he's dead. Good. Oh, he lagged my game so much. Oh, my FPS. My frames. No, I killed him and unleashed a curse upon my family. It's over. Right, let's get rid of these.
I gotta get rid of these rocks. Oh my god,
there is a lot of lag. That's it. I'm bombing the rock. I'm setting off the bombs.
Yeah, I gotta get rid of these rocks there. They're where I want to build my factory.
Oh, that's what's causing my lag. That's what's causing my massive fucking frame drops.
I'm surprised, really? Oh, it's rocks. That's right. The rocks are just...
Yeah, the rocks fucking suck.
They're not very optimized.
Terrible.
I've got
terrible optimization. Right. Okay, I blew up a stink rock that was hiding around.
Can't believe that one, clearly.
Alright, I've cleared the swamp now. The swamp is actually just clear of trees. Like, there's like, what, like 4 left?
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, I think it's an important task. I think it's an important task to do while dealing with the swamp. Just getting rid of all the trees.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. There you go. Anyway, experience of building in this area in my last solar world. I'm gonna build a little higher this time. There's a lot of
Okay.
terrain that can't be destroyed, and it just sort of limits where you can build. So I'm just gonna build over it because it can't be destroyed.
Yeah, it does. It does end up being like that. You just have to like make it like big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that should do. Let's see, how many refiners do I need? I need 6, 7, 8, 9.
Right. You need 10 refineries. I think you should make 10.
No, it's very specific numbers. Right? Like, it's already more than enough. It's already more than
Oh yeah,
enough.
because I'm making you build more. Yeah, that's right.
3.
Because last time you overclocked, so I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna say that's mean.
Man hates overclocking.
But last time you overclocked, you fucked up the numbers on the oil.
We do not talk about this.
It was literally last stream. It wasn't last stream. It was like 3 streams ago. But like, we went over it again last stream. Teehee. I improved our power lines.
All right, let's see something. I think most of these are plastic, and then the last 3 are rubber.
Oh god, there's so many dogs. What the fuck? Stop beating them up again. One down, right?
That's the wrong recipe.
Okay, another one down. There's one more left alive. I need to kill it. Where is it? There it is. Get over here, you stupid. Get over here. Get over here. Okay, they're all dead.
These all take oil, so that's very simple to hook up. Hope it is.
Okay, now they're all dead. Now I can hook up the slug. The slug, my beloved.
So it's going to come in with
one
cable.
When you get a chance, should I build the big battery in the swamp?
Well, I'm not sure where to build it actually.
I think I want to build it in the swamp. Sure, I've truly conquered this area of the map. You can also put like a giant. You can also put like a giant man cannon flying us out the swamp whenever we need to. Which I think will be a good idea. I think that'll be a good ad. Yes. I'll build it there. There's not much going on there. Oh yeah, no, near the waterfall. That's a good spot. I can get rid of all the mobs that spawn near the waterfall. It's nice and flat, right? You know.
There, like that. Oh, I got distracted again.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm sort of.
I'm watching your stream.
I'm doing it in a very weird way. I'm not entirely sure why I'm doing this.
Why do you do that oil thing as well? That like dip in the oil.
Dip in the oil? What do you mean?
You make the pipes like on top of like concrete.
It's just to get also, the height I want.
Also, I just noticed you're not using the right foundation. Teehee.
Right. Oh, crap. I'm gonna. What am I doing?
He forgot. It's over.
Maybe I want. I'm gonna have that come down there, I guess. This doesn't make any sense. No, I need to take a step back and figure out what I'm doing here. I may have to delete the refineries. So I laid the refineries and wasn't thinking of the load balancing, and I was like, hang on, I do want to load balance this. So I gotta figure out how I want to load balance this. I think starting with the junctions might be a good idea. So that since these are in groups of 3, those can be like that. That gives me only 3 connections I need to Neat. So I've just got to connect it to all three of these somehow. I guess I can... I've got an idea. I can add a junction up here, I guess. Okay, like, it's kind of a vibe. It's kind of a cool vibe.
It's kind of vibe going. Big spider spotted. Oh, I got him with bomb though. Bomb in the face. Die. Not even a single point of damage on me. Right, where's the... It's over this way.
Replicating it there.
I'm heading towards the the iron factory so we can go get like all the frames.
Okay, that's that, and then this is going to be the coming out.
Yoink. Yoink.
Very unique, but I kind of like it. Kind of like it. Now I've got to.
As long as it looks kind of cool, we're fine. As long as also no clipping, remember? Teehee.
Yeah, I don't think it's clipping.
Okay, that's good. Alright. Cleared those stink rocks. I'm clearing stink rocks as well while I'm on the way back to the iron deposit.
It's a good thing they don't respawn.
Yeah, it'd suck if they did.
I suppose so.
I'd be so mad. I'd be like, damn. All that work gone. And they do so much damage too.
Yes, it's like I don't think this looks bad. I think this just looks it looks very organic. It looks very organic. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Oh, I'm gonna die. Shit, I'm about to die. Oh. I got hit by a dog into
very unique.
into stink flower. Oh. Son, I'm dying.
Bro's dying?
Yes. Radiation poisoning.
Alright, and now I can bring the pipe back down. Oh no, I gotta put my buffer up there.
It's one of those big radioactive dogs trying to kill me. I hate it here, man. Oh, I hate these fucking... I hate the mobs so much. This game needs to, like...
I'm gonna confess something to you, and you're gonna either, like, love this or hate this.
Yeah.
For a while now, I've had the mob aggression turned off.
In when you play solo?
Yeah, but it's, like, it's carried over to this. But only for me, apparently.
They don't attack you?
They don't attack me. I've made peace with them.
I don't blame you, because this game is not built for fighting them.
Yeah, like, I sort of like, you know, like, we're at the point in the game now where they're just a nuisance. Like, they're not a challenge anymore. It's just sort of like, it's like you just have to deal with.
I fly around them for like 10 minutes and they die from bombs, but it's like, God, I don't want to have to keep doing that.
Yeah, I just turned them off.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you in the slightest.
But if you want to turn them off yourself, if you're sick of them, it's just in the settings.
No, I'll kill them. I'm full of hatred and I will kill them.
Let's destroy a few more rocks myself. Not rocks, gas rocks.
Yeah, I'm killing gas rocks as well.
Hang on a minute. I see you have arrived.
I'm in your area now. I wasn't even planning to visit you. I'm just here.
I guess I'll leave
this
the
area
rocks
just
to you,
sucks.
Then.
This area just fucking sucks. That's all I'm saying. I was like, oh, this isn't my way. I'll just go through here.
You can see what I'm building.
I can. I can also beat the fuck out of everything in the area. Ugh. Pardon me.
Right, let's see, where are those ore nodes? The oil. Over there.
I'm out of bombs, I need more bombs. Let me grab all the nobelisks. Let me grab like a few hundred, fuck it.
Ah.
Berries. Yum. Berry. Berry, my beloved. I love the berry. It's so good. Ooh, big pile of rocks. Hold up. Let's blow that up. Oh, is this oil? No, this is just dirty water. That's gross. What the hell, game? Oh, my frames.
Oh, go away, creature. Please walk away so I can place this pipeline. There we go.
Great. Hopefully the rocks stop lagging my goddamn game. Oh, this is a truck. This is a highway. Okay. That explains everything.
That's nice angles. Oh, did you see the trailer for 1.1?
I have not seen the trailer yet. No, it's I didn't look at it.
Oh. Well,
Are they adding anything?
Yeah. They're adding. By the looks of it, they're adding vertical splitters, belt rate monitors, elevators like for people, probably vehicles.
Oh
also.
shit, real? Okay.
A British mode to the trains, so the rail signals are on the right side of the road this time instead of the wrong side.
Yeah, exactly.
What else are they adding? Junctions to hypertubes. Not sure how those are going to work.
Oh, that sounds a little weird.
Anything else interesting? Looks like people strongly suspect they're going to be adding a straight mode to the pipes for the building. Be nice.
As opposed to a gay?
As opposed to a gay, exactly.
Ah, I see, I see.
Alright,
finally, no more woke. No.
Let's see, I need a pipeline. I only need a Mark 1 for this.
And got them all.
Wonder if that'll work.
Ooh, okay, everything's dead. Huge. That took way too long. God damn. Yoink. Yoink.
Some power lines to this.
Yoink. Yoink. Bacon Alaric, my beloved. Healing items in the area. Son, you should look at where the stink rocks were.
In my area?
Yeah.
One memento.
Note how I said were.
Where has he gone? Ah, nice and clear, nice and clear, nice and clear and unstinky. Alright. Are these going up? Well, they are. Wonderful. Nice, nice. That's very nice to see. I should be able to hook all these up. Right, that handles all the production of oil, for now at least. I better go get some mergers to get the items out of there, though.
Yeah. Also, remember to, like, plan to, like, destroy all the,
byproducts.
Yeah, needed items. Yeah, byproducts.
I will. This is 20.
Say destroy, sell.
Sell.
Profit.
Gonna need a bit more foundations here. These are also bad. Suppose I'll have those come around the edge. I don't want to do this. Do it over there.
Okay, right now I can go get. This was all on a quest to go get more metal plating. I hate this shit, man. Oh, I got sidetracked so much. It's over. Whatever.
So that's gonna be 2 times 6. 20 times 6 is 120. Okay.
I don't know how I feel about these pipes. How I feel, Mr. Sun.
Wait, what is that?
I guess they're not clipping, so it's fine.
Hold on. Yeah, they're organic. They've got an organic shape to them.
It's kind of alright. You notice what I've stuck to you?
Hold on.
I see you flying towards me. No, bombs you. No. Goodbye, son. Goodbye.
Let's add another Mark II there.
Ooh.
So that will come around. Whoosh. Let this one come down also. I was playing on like the solar world, and it's like now it's like, oh my god, it's so laggy. Oh, that's all the plastic. Let's do the rubber.
How do I feel about this pipe, this power line? It could do a bit of improvement. Actually, this is fine. This one's fine. This one is fine. Oh, I can't move this one yet. This is the one I placed earlier. Shit.
Not lined up. It's 246, so that's Mark 1.
There it is. Yippee! I found it. I found the iron. We're so back.
Okay, that handles the physical products. This collects together all the byproducts. Not sure where I'll put that. I'll probably put that over here, I think. And I've got how many? I've got 120 byproducts, so let's see what I can do with that. I'm going to put it into fuel, I think.
Where the big storage?
Residual fuel. That uses 60.
Big storage found. Yoink, yoink, yoink,
Two
yoink, yoink, yoink,
two
yoink,
refineries
yoink,
to get rid of
yoink,
that.
yoink,
That's
yoink,
easy.
yoink. I grabbed like a few hundred, if that's cool.
Of what? Few hundred what?
Frames.
Oh, yeah, should be fine. Yeah, make sure you grab lots of wires as well. They use loads of wires.
True. Time to head back to time to go get some wire, and then I'm gonna head back to the. I'm gonna head to the star space for that. That's where our wire's being built, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Ooh, cave, hole in the ground, hole in the ground, hole in the ground. What's in the hole? What's in the hole? What's in the hole? What's in the hole? Ooh! Huge. Okay, huge find. Mercer.
How was I gonna have to scoot around? I guess I'll have to go like that. Go like that. No, this one here doesn't need it. Oh, no, it does, it does. It dooby doo, it dooby doo dooby doo.
Alright, I'm back to the starter base. Finally! Finally! Starter base is still looking pretty good though. Starter base still holds up. I'm gonna be real.
It always holds up, because I made it.
It's so... We made it. We built this together, remember? We did this together, son. Do you not remember? How we worked on this together? Do you not... I can't believe you found that sofa. I'm gonna cry.
I remember.
I'm gonna sob. Right, okay, how much is it? Power storage requires copper wire. Oh, that's kind of pricey. What the hell? Alright. I'm gonna eat through our copper wire, by the way. Just a heads up. Just a quick heads up.
Just gonna do a bit of munching.
Actually, copper wire is fine because it goes like 500 in storage. I'll grab some anyway, why not? I guess we're gonna need a lot of it. Oh well. Alright, I'm gonna head off to... the
Lag. Cease be lag. Oh, I think I'll have it go through here. That'll look cool. No, it's facing the wrong way. There we go. Suppose I can add a junction here then. Means I can get rid of that. Just connect these two together.
Alright, I'm back to the main base now. Yippee! The main base is huge. Look at how big this place is.
Is it?
Yeah, no, where we're building the complex parts for the elevator.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty big. Alright, that's all connected up, I think. Going in there. Right. And then going in here, which goes to residual fuel. And another container for this.
Right, time to take the hyper tube and we head back to the swamp. Swamp is this way.
Logistics junction. He's drinking.
Florping. I'm thirsty. Okay. I'm actually gonna I actually found a different. No, I think by the waterfall is a good area because it's hard to expand outwards from the waterfall. And also, there's a bunch of fucking like. There's a bunch of these like fly spawners in the waterfall area.
Oh, one thing that you could actually do is get the oh, what are they called? Beatbox, the boombox. It can kill the flies.
Well, I got bombs that do that.
Yeah, but it kills them if they're in midair easily.
So does the bomb.
Well, it plays music.
I think I have the boombox on me anyway. I already have the boombox. I'll use it. I think I broke it.
Let's see how much power this. How much fuel does the fuel generator use? Remember.
I am using the boombox now.
I think I'm gonna need 2 of these. Let's get higher up to see this. Oh, you already had the boombox on you?
Yeah, on me, yeah.
I see, I see. Let's put that there. I'm gonna need a bit more space now.
Got them. Right, okay, they're all dead. Time to start building.
So that's in the right place. Right, that should just work.
Right, I built a giant concrete slab. Big concrete slab, my beloved. I love big concrete slab. I love big concrete slab. Yum, 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 yum.
Right, this won't be like a, this isn't like a permanent fuel thing. It's just to get rid of the residual fuel. So it's sort of like, but once this backs up, the fuel will also stop. So it's sort of.
You should use a sink. Use a sink.
It's free power. It's free power.
Yeah, but sink anything that's excess.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
No, you have to, because if it backs up, then it stops producing.
Yeah, but it will only back up once. No, it's like it will stop producing fuel once the computers back up. But this is fuel that it functions effectively as a sink, but instead of sinking items, it sinks into power.
You can sink the excess computers.
That's one way. That's one way. I could do that. I was going to do something else just now. I forgot what it was.
Actually, how much power are we getting from the fuel? That's the question, right?
Let me check. How much am I using? 20. I need to.
Yeah.
Do I need to double this?
It's like, in theory, if we're making more power than if we're making more power than we are, like, than computer machines take up themselves, then yeah, leave it on permanently. But if not, then yeah, stopping when the computers are done is a better idea. Like, depending on how much we're making is like the kind of the question here.
Just get rid of that. Yeah, it's just bonus energy. That's what it is.
Okay.
All right. So that's the whole oil part. That's the big part done. Now I gotta do
Okay, right.
Now I gotta.
Good news.
Oh, I need more
have built
refineries for the copper. Where was the copper?
The giant slab exists. The slab on the waterfall exists.
Oh no! Just gonna cover it up with with concrete.
I could cover up the waterfall. That'd go cool. That'd be funny.
I'm gonna.
No, it's a giant slab that's like at the base of the waterfall.
I'm gonna highlight. What am I highlighting? That over there. Oh, I hope I'll make it in time.
We're not going to make it in time, but it's fine.
Well,
I ran out of concrete.
Maybe.
I ran out of concrete.
Dang.
I used so much.
That means I've also ran out of concrete, doesn't it?
Yeah. Whoopsie, teehee, my bad. Sorry, not sorry.
Oh dang! There's also a thing here. These are modular frames. The one thing we just happen not to have at the moment.
Oh, no!
Whatever.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it. Right.
Let's go. Alright, power storage. How many power storage do I want? You know, I'm gonna build a whole ass like blueprint for this. I'm gonna build a blueprint. Missing materials, concrete. I just used up all our concrete on material. Teehee.
It's hilarious.
Yep, we are still out of concrete because I just used 100 of it. You will get. I'll get the 100 back. Don't worry. I won't be constantly using it. But I'm just saying. All right. So each big cable can connect to 6 of these guys, but then connect to 1. Right. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make batteries of 6. Right. Might be the goal.
Yeah, I gotta power that. I think I don't think I had power.
You'll be fine. Also, there's a giant like walker creature in my area, and I hate it. I'm killing it. I'm killing it with hammers. Right. Okay. And that will be that's power line what? That's power line 1. We need power line 2.
Yeah, that's powered. Better check
Okay,
that was
that's
actually
up.
copper.
Battery.
No, it's iron. Bugger. Which one was copper?
Sorry, I used up a bunch of materials. Teehee, my
It's
bad.
also iron. Where's the copper?
Oh, you can daisy chain the power the storage things. Holy shit, wait, hang on. Son, you can daisy chain the storage.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
You could have mentioned that. What the hell?
they've got outputs on. What do you mean? It's obvious.
Well, I mean, no, it isn't.
It's a 0 IQ moment there.
Possibly. Oh well. Time to build a lot of storage then. Whatever. Wait, what's the maximum? Is it like infinite?
What? Of what?
They have infinite connection points.
What are you talking about?
The power line, the storage batteries have infinite connection points.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah. Oh, so I thought you were talking about storage boxes.
No, power storage.
Oh, okay. I will admit that's not as obvious, but it's a cool feature. It makes it a little easier to hook them up.
That's all I'm building is power storage, though.
Sorry, I got distracted because I'd like done the thing, and then I was
chat,
like, oh.
He hates me. It's over.
Let's put a splitter here.
Do that. Okay, right. That's useful. So we'll do like a battery of like 5 interconnected power cells. And what we'll do is we'll then... Oh, this is going to take so many materials to build just one, like, array. Holy shit. We'll do 6 of these, right? Actually, we'll do 5, right? Because if we do 5, that's a single power line that can connect. Also, we're about to start, like, containing so much power, by the way.
Power.
Unironically, I'm going to build these. This is going to be just these massive.
We've been doing pretty well, so we haven't like ran into power problems. But sort of the later into the game you get, the harder it becomes to turn the power back on if it turns off.
That's why I'm building massive batteries. So we have a constant influx of power, and I'll build like 2 sections. One section will just be like a section which you just draw from, but the second section will be quite literally a part that's like designed entirely to restart the factory.
Yeah. That's a good thing people do. And one thing they do is to make sure they don't like accidentally like forget or like not even notice that the power has cut off. Is they'll have it like
They'll have a single.
It'll be turned off. It'll be charged up and turned off. So that the power will first go out, and then you can choose to turn the batteries on, rather than you start burning through the batteries. Also, I shouldn't have done that. I just wasted the concrete once it come back. That was dumb.
Okay, we have... Okay, so each cell is 25 batteries, by the way.
I see. How big are these refineries?
I'm also going to dismantle the old battery cell in one of the areas, if that's okay. Teehee.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
Like, I could make this, like, I could make it so I'm using less cables, technically, by just daisy-chaining them all together, but I think, like, having them like this is a little more... It's a little more orderly, and I like that. I like it when it's orderly.
It looks cool.
And it lets me, like, think about it better, because I'm like, okay, each power line, it connects to 25 cells, right?
Oh wait, let's steam copper sheets. I gotta get the copper first. I forgot. Oh, okay,
Oh
whatever.
no.
Just add that behind it. That'll be easy. Always forgetting the smelters.
Right. Blueprint time. Design a blueprint. New blueprint. Cell. 25 cell.
That's a good idea.
Cell 25. We'll put select icon will be batteries. I'll put it like as a power line icon because I'm gonna make a bigger cell eventually. And then we'll select color will be blue. I'll make it like a nice electric blue.
Blue.
Select. Alright, okay. Save blueprint. Blueprint save, you should have that one now as well.
And that's all of her power storage, right?
Yeah. That's one cell, right? So I'm gonna build a multiple of them. And you can see how big it is. It's fucking huge, holy shit. Also, I like how it's near running water. That's really funny. I did just build our power system near running water, by the way, son. Just giving you a heads up.
So it adds a little bit of spice to the water.
That's true.
It's got electrolytes.
Right, there's one built.
Okay. Did I set the recipe for that? I did not.
Okay. I'm gonna build more.
How much water do I need? Same amount of water. 60 water. That's easy.
Blueprint. We'll put this on 9. There we go. Cell 25, my beloved. I'll have room for walkways between them. Fuck it. Why not? Right. Hold up. That'd look cool. Hold up. That'd be sick as hell if I put walkways between them. How do I dismantle blueprints?
On the deleting tool.
There we go. Okay. Huge. Right. Okay. First one. I need to get like a vantage point. This is kind of annoying. Let me build a watchtower. Where's our watchtowers? They're in foundations, right? No.
Organization.
Logistics. Organization. That's a really annoying spot.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It is kind of weird, yeah. Alright, watchtower is where I'm going to build from, because that's probably the best idea. God, I miss drone building in, like, Factorio.
Yeah. Such is life.
Such is life. True. Truther. Right, let's build real foundations. We'll get rid of the logistics parts of this hotbar because we don't need it. Architecture. Catwalk. And 6. There we go. Right, okay. I'm going to build it... Should I build it on grid? How on grid do I build this? I'll build it on grid here. Why not? We'll leave like half a grid between. Good idea. I'll build one just to give me like an idea of where it's going to go. Now it's time to build the big power line. The big power pylon.
Put a ladder.
It'll go there. It'll go there, right. Oh, that's fucking huge! Holy shit, I need to build more towers. Oh my god, what the hell? Bomb this as well, fuck it. Here is some more vegetation while we're here. Vegetation gone.
Let's go find out where our source of power is. There it is. It should be hooked up, yes. Some mergers for these. It's 2.5 times 4, just barely over 1. Oh, I'm gonna have to have a pump to the water.
He's pumping it. Right. What are you giggling? What are you giggling about?
Oh no, don't worry about it, pal.
No, now I'm worrying about it. What are you giggling about, son?
It was sex joke.
Oh no, it's over. It's over.
Right, is the water going up?
Oh,
now?
okay, that's interesting.
Yes, it is. Wonderful.
That's there. Can I center this? Hold up.
Right, that's that done. I think that's all the raw resource. No, I still gotta do the caterium.
I'm gonna line this in the middle. Oh, I'm crying. It's over. Whatever. This can go on 7. Why not? I can build more lookout towers. I'm building a bunch of lookout towers, by the way. Like a shit ton of them.
That's good. Alright, where's Los? Look,
Mostly
Los
because I just need, like, the ability to see. Right, okay, so. Oh, that's the perfect spot. If I build it... I'll get forward a bit. There. That's the spot I want to build it.
That's where my caterium is. Where's my marker? That way.
That's not terrible.
So I'm going to be building it here. Okay.
I can work with that spot. I can work with that spot. I can live with it. No, I cannot. If we get forward even more. Okay, right. Hold up. I do wish the UI wasn't so in the way. Ugh. Ugh. I'll get precise measurements here, and I can't do that. All right, okay, let's do that. There. That'll be fine? Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay, I now have it. I have it with walkways planned as well. I built it with walkways in mind.
Oh, I completely forgot about the walkways.
You have to build the walkways, son. Remember, them's the rules.
I forgot they exist.
Them's the rules. Teehee.
They cease to exist in my mind.
You have to build them.
I hope there's room in my build.
You hope. There better be. There better be. Zoop mode on. Zooped. Do I build it on the? Do I build it above the batteries or on level? I think I build it. I think it's. I built so the catwalk goes above the batteries. That's my plan.
Yeah, I think I did
That's
something similar in like my own one. It's sort of like walk above them. Sort of has a vibe to it.
That's 4 stairways. Holy shit. God, these are tool. These are tool fucking like.
Another way is like you like inset them into the ground. I've seen people do stuff like that.
No, it's got to be 4 stairs tool. Unless you can set the battery. Let's talk about the batteries then. Maybe. And each cell is going to have like a walkway between it. I think that'll be cool. I think that'll look cool.
This is producing 120. It's exactly what I need.
Do that, and then we get the regular junction. The whole ass intersection can go here. Actually, ooh. How deep would 1, 2, 3, 4 go here? Hold up. That's a good idea. Actually, if we do that... Oh? No, I'm cooking with this, actually. Hold. I cooked, son. I cooked.
It's cooked. Speaking of cooking...
I cooked. I actually cooked.
Have you heard my chicken nugget story?
You have told me it like 3 times.
Oh, are you sure you know the chicken nugget story, or is this a different chicken nugget story?
You went to Asda, like your usual. You go to Asda to get your chicken nuggets, and they changed the chicken nuggets, and now they have a weird aftertaste. You have to go buy whole different foods to go get rid of the aftertaste.
When did I tell you my chicken nugget story?
I just tell it back to you.
Dang it, that is my chicken nugget story.
Yeah, I knew. See,
well,
I knew.
Well, I don't think I've said it on this stream, so I'm saying it again.
Well, I've said it now. Unfortunately, I've said it now. Teehee.
Well, you didn't. You said it too slowly or something.
Possibly. True. Possibly true.
So I eat chicken nuggets every day. Very tasty.
Very American. Honestly.
And I get these ones from Asda because they're kind of cheap. But they changed the recipe very recently. Is that gonna connect? It is. And I don't know how they screwed up so badly, but they were really bad. Like completely different. Rubbish. So I'm not buying them anymore. I'm not buying them anymore.
That's a good idea. You shouldn't buy them anymore. I need to also get your opinion on something, by the way.
Go ahead.
If I send you this...
well, don't send me nudes on stream.
No, I'm not sending you a nude. Oh, print scan. Paste. Paste, my beloved. What do you think of this as like a catwalk designed for each cell?
Naviganda. This looks cool. I think it's cool. You probably have like a common thing that people do with not catwalks with the power cells is they have them stacked up. Like so they have stacked up.
I'm gonna keep these
levels. Yeah, this looks really cool though. Looks really cool.
Yeah. No, I want to keep it like looking like you can look over them.
It looks very like I like the catwalks like they're like sci-fi kind of thing. Very They are very sci-fi design. Very artistic.
That's the plan I went with. I like it.
I like it as well.
And so the back's just gonna have a big walkway, but the front is gonna constantly go up and down with stairs.
So that's gonna merge into one.
We'll place the second battery. Second cell, teehee.
2 Caterium wires. Which I guess I don't actually need the merger.
Place this here. 2 lookout tiles should be fine. 2 of them should be good.
These come out. I'll merge these together.
Is that it? A catwalk is like 4 wide, right?
4 what wide? 4 what?
4 wide.
4 wide. In reference to what? I'm confused.
Grid snaps.
I have no idea actually.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Right,
this looks in line. Oh, I placed it. Oh, I'm krilling myself. It's over.
I've got all the raw resources collected now. I just got to do with the assemblers. So I need and maybe I have to finish.
I'm actually krilling myself.
2, 3.
I placed it in the right spot in like in the correct like of what actually I can do this. Fuck it. I can how do I
Assembler.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be in line. It is in line and the wrong way round.
You're over.
I actually hate building with this these blueprints. These suck. This is like compared to like Factorial's blueprints, these are ass.
They're not very good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's in line. That is in line. That is 100% in line. It's not in line. Why is it not in line? I hate this. I'm actually going to lose it.
I've also been kind of avoiding. I've also been kind of avoiding. It's kind of a headache.
I'm actually gonna lose my mind. What the freak, bro? Oh no. Okay, it's like it's got like a wheel alignment feature. Okay, I hate that. Oh, I hate that. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be in line. That should be in line both ways.
Isn't this working?
Okay, it's in line now. Right. That was a nightmare.
Why is there no? Why is the copper ore not showing up here? Is it just slow? Oh, I haven't cooked up the cable. That's why. There we go. That's sloppy.
We'll put that there. then we'll connect that up, and that's the power line right there. Done. Okay, and now we can connect up to like the big grid soon. Actually, I'll put this out in the middle. We'll put this out in the middle here. Right, hold up. We'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of this. Put this here. We'll connect up one, and we'll connect it up there. Okay, we now have the batteries charging.
Nice.
They'll be charged in an hour. We are currently storing. We're able to store. How much are we able to store? What's our max storage at? Max storage data's. Each. I think each one of these stores like 3K megawatt hours. Let me go delete the one at like the thing. Let me go build a tube as well. Let me build a tube to get out of here.
I hope with the update, I hope they add like hypertube boosters, because like they're just not fast enough.
True.
That'd be really nice.
True.
Let's bring over.
Speaking of hypertubes, I'm building a hypertube that goes up because I need it to go up fast.
Speedy.
Real. Actually, I'm going to build it over here. It's going to launch me above the... I'm going to build it here, yeah. Here's a good spot.
30, 60, so it's going to have to be a Mark II. And,
like that. There we go.
That's going.
The point of this hypertube is to launch me above the waterfall from the swamp.
Mm-hmm.
Which is going to be huge. Oh, we have enough power for it, don't worry. Power-wise, we're good. Right, so it's, how many booster lanes am I building is the question. I'll build, like, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Do we, we're not making, circuit boards just on their own, are we? I don't know if they're needed for anything. I think there's a couple unlocks they're needed for. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a splitter here if we need it. But I'm not going to use it immediately.
I'll delete some of it. And let's do this up here. We'll actually get power cable Mark II. Put there.
Going.
Power line there. Power line there. Dog, get out of here. I'm going out. I'm out. I'm going to get attacked by a mob and I don't want that. Zoom. Oh, that launches us all the way back to base. Son, I built it.
Nice.
Oh, this launches me all the way back to the base. Oh, huge. Okay, perfect. Right, I need to go to the thing.
That?
Satisfactory probably launches you out the map, but that's fine. That's whatever. We don't worry about that too much.
Oh, where's that quick wire coming from?
It's going fast.
Yeah.
It's moving. Right. Here we go. Now time to take another hypertube all the way to the goddamn desert. This one's not as fast. I should improve this hypertube. It's slow as hell. It does not take you to the desert. It's not far enough. We do have a hypertube at the desert. I think we do have one at the desert. Yeah, on the mountain. Ooh. Okay, I didn't catch that line. That's whatever. That's fine. There's the power line. There's the thing. Yeah, there's 6 here. There's a batch of 6. I'll get rid of this power storage. We don't need it. Be gone. Okay, old storage is gone.
The 2 manufacturers.
We don't have. We've only got the new power storage. Did I finish the things on here? I did not finish the walkways at the desert. We should do that. I think next stream, son. We're gonna pretty up the bases. That's what we're gonna do.
Well, we'll have to figure out something.
We've been slacking on aesthetic like priorities, right?
Yeah, I guess you are right.
And so we need to fix that. That's the plan. To the swamp.
Do that better.
I'm so glad how fast these hypertubes take us around the map, though. Very useful.
It's in there. It's in there. What goes in there? How am I doing the rest of this? Oh crap, I didn't think this out too cleverly.
You got it, don't worry. Let's build more platforms, then we'll rebuild that power line. Ooh. Huge.
I just want to get this done, so I'm gonna let it clip for now.
We'll put it here. Put it here, right? We'll connect it back up to there. Connect that to that. There's the main line. Okay, right. Huge. When we get Power Pole Mark II, why not?
Still don't have copper sheets for some reason. They should have been produced by now. What's going on?
Oh well.
No copper ingots going in. Why not?
That's bad. Right, what's our storage chat?
Not coming out.
Okay,
No
each one of
copper
the
going in. Oh,
the actual numbers. Each one of these mega batteries. I'm gonna call it like each one of the cells stores 2.5K. Which is pretty good. It's 2.5 megawatt hours. Our consumption, our max consumption, is 7.3. Which means 3 of these cells can sustain the entire factory for an hour.
It's pretty
when
dope.
fully charged. That's pretty good. And I've got 2 of them built already.
Okay, let's see. Do I have enough to build a dimensional depot? I do not. I need
Unlikely.
fluctuators.
Unlucky. Right, okay.
Can I build? I can build fluctuators. Since we've got manufacturers now, we could build a fluctuator. Right?
We could. What's a fluctuator?
It's pipes.
Oh, the SAM stuff?
Fluctuators, yeah.
We could do that. It's kind of pricey. We'll sort it out later. It is also about to hit 10 though, so time's up.
It is, and I've just finished the computer factory.
Oh, nice! I have not finished. I have not finished what I'm building.
Although I do want to wait and see if it actually works to troubleshoot it.
That's a good idea. You can troubleshoot it a little bit. You got 10 minutes to troubleshooting.
Keep going slow with my. I keep forgetting to like connect from my copper things, so they've taken a lot longer than they should have. But they're just being made
this is
now.
A three-stair system is crazy.
And I made like a blunder with splitting all the things. Like if you look at my stream, you'll see like what I mean. Where sort of like
what have you done?
Brain just wasn't working. Brain just wasn't working, so I let it clip.
Chat, what has he done?
Or maybe.
Chat, do we have to tear them apart limb from limb?
Maybe we'll fix it some other time. So they are clipping. Although I will say they're clipping in a sort of aesthetic way. It almost looks intentional, but it is clipping. So.
That is, oh, you gotta fix that. You gotta fix that now.
It is clipping cleanly, like it's 90-degree angles. They're all the same levels.
Son,
but I do need to fix it. But we'll do it next time.
You do need to fix it. You can't sugarcoat it. I'm sorry.
Just waiting on circuit boards now. They're coming in.
Another junction.
And then once the computer's filled up, I'll like split off some of them to go into their own thing. Because I'm not sure if circuit boards are used for anything, but we do need them for some unlocks, I think.
Yes. We could just grab them off the conveyor belt.
Could do. And if we do find we do need a lot of them for anything, then I guess we build a factory for them.
We can build a factory for it, yeah, but that'll come when that comes. Anyway, I've got the second power line is nearly set up. Place this here. Up on Mark 2. Connect it up.
There we go. I'm so glad, like
right.
finally we finally go back to building.
two giant cells. Now, basically, I'm taking literally. The power is fluctuating. I'm assuming that's what you did, right?
I'm gonna assume that's what mine is. That's how I assume that's just my little things.
Two generators worth of fluctuation. Is that you?
Yeah, probably. That's probably mine.
Did you build 2 generators? That's fine. Then I can ignore it.
Yeah, it's just sort of.
Batteries,
it's effectively the
sink.
sink. It's effectively the sink. When it produces plastic, it produces byproducts. It produces power.
Yeah.
And
that's fine. Okay, I was just wondering if it was what was you're doing, because if it was our main power, then it'd be an issue. But if it's you, then it doesn't matter because your thing was designed to do that, so it's whatever.
Exactly.
No?
Exactly.
Yeah, like you built yours with the design to produce extra power, like kind of just randomly, and I'm like, okay, let's move this again. Let's move this power line. Let's move this power tower. We'll put it there. We'll connect that up with like that. I'll actually put it like... Ooh, we'll put it there, actually. Hold up. Here's a slick idea. Oh, I'm slick with it. Son, I'm slick with it.
What have you done?
We'll put that there. We'll connect it up like that to there, that to there.
So there we go. Computers being made. Wonderful, wonderful. All right.
Connect it up. And
I'm gonna
we
come
will
find
build
you.
2 sides. You should come find me in the
Look at that
swamp.
mob.
It's looking kind of good. I'm gonna be honest. I may have cooked a little.
I think I've cooked as well. I mean, I don't know. I'm a bit rusty, I guess. Actually, no. I can't make that argument because I'm not rusty at all.
No, you've been playing on your own world.
Quite a bit.
He has no excuses. He's rusty on our aesthetic needs, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's it. I'm rusty on like this world. It's kind of a weird experience, I guess.
Yeah, you can see what I'm planning. By the way, you can see what I'm planning with this.
Anything to pick up here? Pick up some stuff.
You're actually gonna think this. Look at this. This area is gonna look really fucking pretty, though. By the way, I've actually made it look like really nice, like aesthetically.
Let's see what he's done to the swamp. I wonder, can it challenge what I did to the swamp in my last solo world?
No, it's not gonna challenge that.
Oh, it's just a slab.
It's a slab on the waterfall, but you know, I think it's kind of funny.
Let's see. I think like keeping the beauty of the waterfall is that's the only thing that looks good in the swamp.
No.
Yes.
Oh no, I mean I ruined it.
Oh, you ruined it.
Yeah.
Oh, at some point I can figure out where the closest train is, so I can. Because I made a train station also. It's just not connected to anything. We'll do that next.
That's
stream.
fair. It's really not that far.
Yeah, we'll do that next stream. Yeah, it's probably not too far from anything, and it's good.
And
It's good that I did
up
because we'll have
this.
we'll have rail signals by then. Oh, Mercer Sphere. I'll pick that up. Oh, it's radioactive. I might be able to survive it.
You'll be fine. You'll live.
Yeah, I'll live.
Just a little bit of radiation. Harmless.
Harmless.
Right, cell 2 incoming, by the way.
Cell 2?
I built it with, cell 3 actually. I've already got 2 cells
Oh,
built.
I thought he was like making like a Dragon Ball reference.
No. It goes like that.
Alright.
Just an easy way to like plan it. Hold up.
Oh, I see. Oh, you made it real low to the ground. I see. The aesthetic's really cool. It's kind of like, it's kind of got like a James Bond villain aesthetic. It's like, have you watched Doctor No? It's kind of like that. It's like the lab area from that. It's a James Bond film.
Nope, don't know it.
Oh, it kind of reminds me of a scene from that.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
this is cool. I like how the. I think you should add a barrier around here. Maybe it looks like it's actually going into the water and not submerged in the concrete. It's a bit esoteric.
Yeah, I mean you can do that. But anyway, look, another third cell already built. Look at that.
So speedy.
This here alone is enough to power the factory for an hour. Like the entire thing. If everything was going at once.
I've heard that is actually a strategy that people do for like super huge mega bases, is because the resources you get from the ground are also the resources you use to make power. If you want to use those all the resources for factories, you have to have first the power factory that generates all the power, puts it in batteries, and then disconnects the resources from power production and put them into factory production, and then have the factory run entirely off batteries, you know, for absolute maximum use.
That's kind of insane, though. Also, do you like how I've got like the massive like catwalks? Though I think the catwalks.
I think they're very good.
Nice.
I think they're very good. They're very definitely important.
It's also like very symmetrical as well. Mm-hmm. You can also see like how they're charging. You can see how their charge level is from the catwalks.
I've got an idea. Actually,
like you want to see.
If you've got time, before we leave, let's go to the hub and unlock railway signals. Let's take a train. Actually, that'd be quicker.
No, it's not quicker. It is actually the slowest way from here.
Oh, I see what you mean. There is certainly a quicker way.
There is a quicker way. Dying.
Oh, okay.
that is the fastest way back to the hub every time. But
I guess that's true.
Outside of killing ourselves, you can also take the giant.
Oh, I can see my thing from the sky. It looks kind of cool.
Yeah, it gets me a good view of your thing as well, which is really nice. Do that. I'm just finishing up these like last catwalks, and I'll do it right.
I overshot it.
Huge. There's one. We'll do this. Go this far.
Oh yeah, I forgot how good this base looks. It's so good.
It's good. It does look good. Alright. 2 more stairs and then I've done my junctions. Well, I say junctions. I've done my catwalks. But it's huge. It looks so nice though. The way I've laid out the power lines as well looks really good.
Oh, do we have...
yeah, this is literally just like, oh, we're running out of power. This will be the like, you know, this is the backup these are the backup batteries, like everything working again.
I need 200 more.
I might multi-level this as well. I might make multiple levels. Very tempted to. Very tempted to.
One thing we have to do on the next stream is once we get the railway signals, we then got to cover the whole railway track in railway signals.
Well, we haven't even built the whole railway track.
Well, what we have built so far is quite extensive.
Yeah, but we haven't built much. We're lacking in like multiple key positions.
We've got to put signals on all our intersections and also just along the tracks to break it up into loads of blocks.
I see. Oh, I'm seeing your base. That looks good.
Yeah, it's a bit smaller than what I've built before, but it's
it looks alright. As long as it's computing, as long as it's making computers consistently, it's fine.
Yeah. It's making it at a decent rate.
Is it? Okay, huge. Right. I'm descending.
I think about 7 per minute.
I like how you can see where we've been though. Also, the other thing is that like with the batteries, we don't actually need to put all the batteries in one spot. We can litter like cells around the world.
Oh yeah, that's like a strategy some people do. Is they like you know, if they've got an empty spot in their base, just put some batteries in there to fill it in.
Exactly right. I'm down. All right. Okay. I'm here.
I'm waiting on copper sheets.
It's Ober. It's Obarada.
Oh,
we need like 200 copper sheets. Oh, it's over. I also used up all the wires in my inventory. All the wires and frames. I ate all of them.
Yeah.
So many.
So many. There we go. We should have it by now. Let's go get the copper sheets. There we go. Railway signals. Whoosh.
I can't grab onto it. What the hell?
Huh?
What the freak? Let me on.
You can actually get on top of it, but you had a skill issue there. If you had gotten on top of it, it would take you out of the map, which you would die, and your death box would be on top of the map.
Really? Oh, that's fucked up.
It happened to someone I was watching. I think it was forgot their name. It was another sort of small VTuber was playing Satisfactory, and they did that, and they're like, oh.
Sounds like a Digby thing.
They ended up having to like go and edit their save file to get their items back. It wasn't Digby.
Oh, that's fucked up. Damn.
Because they had like Mercer spheres and stuff.
Okay, so I'm gonna build like a death, like an area to die. Right, hold on, let me build a way to die.
An area to die. Did I tell you that joke?
I say area to die.
Did I tell you that Mozart joke? where it's like
So-
it was like a picture of like Mozart's Wikipedia page. Also, I just clipped into the hub.
No, you know the oh, that's not good. You know you know how we've got like a thing that like flies us down, right?
Yeah.
I'm building like inverted ramp spikes.
Inverted ramp spikes.
Well, there's
What are you on
inverted
about?
ramps where like, okay, so you know, right? You know they got the hypertube that leads us down to like
Yeah.
the other bit. Yeah, I'm doing something with that. Teehee. I'm creating like a death box.
Death box. So
Yeah, because you basically fly out of it into like
into the wall.
nothing. Actually, no, I might make just an area that we can like survive. Whatever,
Oh,
whatever.
nice little cozy
Whatever.
den. Cozy den.
Yeah, look cozy area. We can make this like we can make this like a room.
They need more. They need to see if there were more decorative items, like you get like chairs, TV, and stuff like that. I'd say yeah, try and make like a cool little room, but there's nothing you can build.
Nothing. Okay, whatever. Right. Okay, we're gonna end here now, though. We are gonna end here now.
Yeah. That's just fun. Good yaps about
Right.
comics as
You gotta
usual.
you gotta
and,
raid Harrow. If Harrow's live, you gotta raid
if
him.
he's
That's the
live,
rules.
sure thing.
If he's
Then-
like, if
then
he's
go
not,
there.
that's fair.
We'll see who's live.
I don't think he is.
Just get up the cannon. Let's check what's in the
I don't
map.
think- He's not live.
See
Oh,
what's
that's
in the
true.
map.
Look, yeah.
It is. Oh, we've got 3 things.
Damn, he's gone.
All right. Let's
Steel
see.
cast plate. The steel cast plate or adhered iron plate?
I can't remember. I've left the game. Let's see.
Adhered iron plate is three iron plates. One rubber
He's
for
not
one.
live. I think Mr. Harrow died. It's over.
He might just not be live at this point. He might not start for like another 2
Worried
hours, which is a
art.
shame. You should say hello to
In that case,
Magino.
no. In that case, I've got 1 viewer. I don't want to embarrass
No, we're
myself.
saying hi to Magino. We're saying hi to Magino.
Yes, honey. Well, he's speaking
hi to Mr. Magino.
to Burial.
Ah.
To Redus. Magino Magi. Oh, I forgot to actually open the
Magino
stream
Magi.
myself.
True. Gotta do it. He's gotta
gotta
do it.
Good nerds.
Yeah, I see.
He's played Factorio, he has.
He has.